You guys think that if you're unhappy, that's a good reason to leave a marriage?
I don't think you're gonna be happy all the time. So it depends. How long have I been unhappy?
Right.
Because my kids are seeing that.
Right.
I think that matters too. Like
most things, I think
there's a lot of people.
It don't have anything to do with age, getting married too late. People don't have the intestinal fortitude for marriage. You get up there and say these vows. It's duty and responsibility, time and pain. It's the kids. It's the rearing. It's lineage and legacy. That's a joke in itself.
But is that not part of the kids? So your kids are a direct reflection of you. So if my kids are seeing me unhappy, now what?
What are you talking about?
Because you said happiness in the marriage, because you just said that kids are part of it, right?
Let me explain it to you. You're conflating your happiness with how the kids are treated, right? I'm not even talking about the kids. I'm talking about you being happy, right? I just said that about sex, so don't act like you can't do it about everything else. So now that we have a baseline with that, you can fake it till you make it in front of them kids all the time. Now, kids have discernment. I understand that, but happiness doesn't mean everything has to be egregious in the household. However, we know ebb and flow. Is that a thing, or are we dismissing postpartum?
Postpartum depression.
Do we have menopause?
Right.
And so you guys go through these ebb and flow periods where your happiness is intrinsically not working.
But that's why I agree.
But I'm just saying, but you put it on the kids. Like, no, answer my question directly based on happiness itself.
I did, but I said it depends on how long I've been unhappy. Raising my kids in a house where there's no happiness is not
selfish.
That's not life goals.
Just for the sake to say I have a husband? Are you serious?
No, you made a commitment under the Most High God, right? Unless you don't believe.
Who cares about the commitment if I'm unhappy and I'm dying inside?
No, don't interrupt them, Melly. Sorry, Nikki, what you say?
I'm not staying unhappy for 10 months. You talking about 10 years?
Well, I've stayed unhappy for a very, very long time. But who is going to continuously stay in an unhealthy marriage where you're burning inside, you're dying inside, you done forgot who you are, you done forgot your self-worth, and you're just super unhappy, like depressed to that point, just to say I have a husband and I have a family?
But I think that we know how hoes are created. Callie said it earlier. Something about they ain't had their daddy, their daddy didn't love them. That's one. Secondly, most of these hoes been hurt by a man. Just like these niggas that been hurt by women, they become hoes. It's the same thing.
Savage.
Okay, so this is what I'm saying. Even with what Callie is saying, the lack of love, hopelessness, a deficit, desperation. That's all the same umbrella. I'm desperate for the love of a real man because a man never loved me. So I'm out there searching for the love of a man. But because I don't know how to properly find love from a man because I never experienced it. So now from these worst experiences that I've had and the damage that I've had from men, I'm telling you now, I'm only going to use them for what I like them for, because there's no possibility that they could ever even try to love me correctly. And I'm so lost on love, so in the deficit, I'll be desperate. And a lot of women have penis in that. The girl come up here, Hamp, remember the girl that came up here who was cosplaying a man? She was a whole butch, calling the women male-centered up here. You're trying to become them niggas. Talk about worship when you think you're fucking up a storm because you're a man and you're acting like a man. That's male worship down to the ground.
So the women who are promiscuous, are we saying they're all desperate?
Majority. I'm not saying that, but I know.
Yeah, I agree.
I feel like in my point in my life, I feel like I was being groomed to cater to him.
So at 18, when did you guys break up or stop doing each other?
When I was 21, turning 22.
So you were for about 3 to 4 years. How did you upgrade him?
Oh shit. I think that I gave him a different perspective.
Well, you also feel like after you dated him, I upgraded you, and then all these women want you after what I did for you.
He was 18, bro. Like, you grilling him, bro. What the fuck?
Because it's hard to imagine an 18-year-old girl upgrading a 28-year-old man, but then like you left curious, what could you have possibly really done to a man that age? Like, you don't have no money, you 18, you don't have much knowledge, you 18.
But what we're witnessing is cognitive dissonance. So there's no way you admonish the man by saying that you upgraded him and then in another breath say he groomed you. Mm-hmm. Those two things are diametrically opposed, right? And then you said age don't matter. People could be wise beyond their years. However, when Tamia gave you the bail money about you being 18, you're like, yeah, I was just 18. Nah, because remember you just said that you had the wisdom and understanding of somebody older than that, which is what you would be able to bestow on him. Right? Ooh. So these things are conflicting when we saying them. Did you actually upgrade him, or was you mad and talking shit to him because he cheated on? Are most of us cowards? Are most of us willing to kill and die for our wife and children? Are we willing to defend ourselves? Do we know what it looks like when shit is hitting the fan? Do we know when danger is actually upon us? How many dangerous situations have we been in to tell? Do we know who we are in these ways? I'm gonna just tell y'all this. If you are in a real life situation and a person approaches you after an aggressive conversation, get yourself in a position in which you can defend yourself properly. So don't stay in a position that doesn't give you any advantage but put you at a disadvantage. Don't ever do that. see people picking and choosing, you know? So if I'm going to approach you in an aggressive manner, then I should stay that way. Or else you look bad. That shit look corny. That shit don't look good for men. Because it's like, damn, is there a low-level threat of violence between men for real? But that's the word. We pump faking. We half stepping. That shit take away from our strength, our bravado, when we don't know how this shit's supposed to go. So this is a thing that I just been trying to process, man. Don't sleep on nobody. And be ready. Be ready as you can. The man says he got cheated on, and you tell him he's the reason why he got cheated on because she didn't feel like she was getting enough emotional support from him. And you justify him getting cheated on.
And like I said, that's unfortunate. But the person that he
got cheated on, you would have been like, girl, that nigga ain't shit.
No, first of all, you don't know me, so you don't know what I would have said. I would have asked, well, what happened? What did you do? What did he do? I was trying to get the full story. But to just go on this I hate women train, I'm not about to do that. Like I said, give us the full details. But to just act like everything was just shine the rainbow, sorry, Uno, but it's more to it.
Right.
So I just want you to realize real quick, she was emotionally deprived. You think
and then she entered a relationship with him.
But no, you can't add that speculation on. What we do know, based on what he shared, and somehow you're saying he emotionally deprived her. You think that correlates?
Because before she probably sexually had that experience with that man, she probably emotionally attached herself to him.
Why would you think that?
Because as y'all like to just say that women just go and just be loose and just have sex.
You do. Remember we had the conversation.
But the majority of women, they are going to emotionally, the majority of women going to emotionally attach themselves to a man.
How?
And then have the intercourse.
How do you know that?
Because I know. The same way y'all know. The same way that y'all know everything that y'all done talked about.
No, what I'm saying is, how do you know that, and how can you justify that based on women's behavior?
Because it's statistics. Somebody do the research.
If she has a dream about me cheating, am I at fault now?
You did that shit.
You did that shit, nigga. You did that shit in your past life, man.
Damn, boy. So he got hit with a honey bun and it's his fault. Okay.
That's like a boomerang.
I mean, I don't know his situation. How much would you say yes or no?
Well, she let another man put his penis in her vagina. He didn't ask her to do it. She just went and did it because or whatever.
So, I mean, I don't know how necessarily it's his fault unless he, maybe he's seen the signs and just chose to ignore them. But other than that, like, I'm pretty sure you left after you found out.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he did the right thing.
Stepping away from it. So, is that an assurance for a partner? Is that an option as well? Like,
fellas,
like open book?
I got you. Real quick. Hey, fellas, if you dealing with a woman and she call you a partner, get up out of there. Okay. Yeah, let me see. Let me log in that joint whenever I feel like it. Yeah, I think that will work for sure. Yo, that accountability helps people too. If you know somebody else is looking at this shit, like how you reply, what you reply to, the bullshit, right? So like, for instance, this might be risky. Callie and I can see it, and my wife can see it. Now, I don't even really look at it that much because I know that they be looking at it. But also, bullshit get flushed. You know what I'm saying? It like take a weight off you, Right? Because temptation killed the cat. Pun intended.
I don't even have a lock on my phone. You can pick up my phone at any moment and go in there and look and see text messages and all of that shit.
Don't get a password. You say delete it. It's gonna be deleted.
You mentioned that one of the problems was that you have so much access on social media. Like some people can message you, DM, your DMs popping. Him looking at it, is that going to satisfy him that it's confirmed now, or is he just trying to confirm whether or not you're responding back and cheating?
The con to that is that he gonna read all that shit the wrong way for sure.
Every time.
As he should. It ain't never all good.
I was just gonna say something to the effect of, in terms of social media, although primarily I do it for content creation, if my man had an issue with it, I was at it, no questions asked, because I've actually been there, done that.
It calls for strokes. Like somebody will punch you in your shit for talking too much and talking crazy.
It say that in the Bible? No, it doesn't say that in the Bible. That also equates to...
I knew it. A fool lips enter into contention and his mouth calleth for strokes. Proverbs 18:6.
Okay.
Because I read this shit. I'm just saying
I did too, 5,000 times.
Yeah, so what I'm saying is, well, you didn't know that was in there, right?
Put him in the fucking bedroom. Get him out.
So...
Broadcast. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, tell a friend. DJ Hamp about to go live again. So hit the likes, my friend, on your way in. First off, salute the chat. And to all new cousins, welcome back. Heard you searching for the real, well, this is where it's at. The latest topics and panels and brother, don't get sent to the bathroom. We got all the stats, too, back to facts in the morning or the afternoon. Tuesday, women's POV, 2 Fridays, dancing, jamming tune. It's a community of real, and we better than the world news. This might be risky, I hope you know. This might be risky, let's go, let's go. This might be risky, no, I love you, real, I love it. This might be risky. Salute to DJ Hamp, it's time to start the show. Salute to DJ Hamp, it's time to start the show. Yeah, it's a podcast. It's a podcast. It's a podcast, yeah. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, tell a friend. DJ Hamp about to go live again. So hit the likes, my friend, on your way in. First off, salute the chat. And to all new cousins, welcome back. Heard you searching for the real, well, this is where it's at. The latest topics and panels and brother, don't get sent to the bathroom. We got all the stats, too, back to facts in the morning or the afternoon. Tuesday, women's POV, 2 Fridays, dancing, jamming tune. It's a community of real, and we better than the world news. This might be risky, I hope you know. This might be risky, let's go, let's go. This might be risky, no, I love you, real, I love it. This might be risky. Salute to DJ Hamp, it's time to start the show. Salute to DJ Hamp, it's time to start the show. Yeah, it's a podcast. It's a podcast. It's a podcast, yeah. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, tell a friend. DJ Hamp about to go live again. So hit the likes, my friend, on your way in. First off, salute the chat. And to all new cousins, welcome back. Heard you searching for the real, well, this is where it's at. The latest topics and panels and brother, don't get sent to the bathroom. We got all the stats, too, back to facts in the morning or the afternoon. Tuesday, women's POV, 2 Fridays, dancing, jamming tune. It's a community of real, and we better than the world news. This might be risky, I hope you know. This might be risky, let's go, let's go. This might be risky, no, I love you, real, I love it. This might be risky. Salute to DJ Hamp, it's time to start the show. Salute to DJ Hamp, it's time to start the show. Yeah, it's a podcast. It's a podcast. Run, it's a stampede.
DJ Hamp the Stampede. DJ Hamp the Stampede.
Yup, like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, man. Hit that like button right now if you can. That helps the channel the most. DJ Hamp the Stampede, we in the building, man. Salute to the Friday show. DJ Hamp on deck. Appreciate everybody in the building so far. We got almost 100 people in the building. We only got 20 likes. Let's get the likes up if you can. That helps the channel the most. Y'all seen the title, you know. Last week, salute to Coach Clark. We had Coach Clark up here who has the kids boxing in his neighborhood. His son is at the 90-pound amateur, #1 in the nation. As we continue to mine through and understand the problems, issues, and circumstances that affect the black community or lack thereof, you know. One thing we continue to complain about is the YNs, right? The young black boys who don't have guidance because they come from single parent-led homes, specifically single mothers. And at the same time, most of us ain't willing to do shit about it. So they said, Hamp, I'm taking care of me and mines. I got too much shit to do. I got too much shit to handle. I said, no, I got you, my heart. Right? I get it. But actually, I fucking don't. So I said, let me go find a few examples of great men who have responsibilities, families, and all that, and still find the time to help apply coaching, mentoring, training, wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to the young boys that they know need help, man. Let's get it popping.
Run, it's a stampede! DJ Hamp the the Stampede. DJ Hamp, the Stampede.
Coach Mello, what's the word?
What's up, my brother?
How you feeling?
I'm good. How about yourself?
I'm trying to do the right thing, you heard? So, You heard me. So, speaking of doing the right thing, you brought me into coaching.
Yeah.
So, if you don't mind, give them a little bit of your backstory, what you do, who you do it for, and etc.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm Coach Mello. I brung my brother Hamp here in the coaching with me maybe about 10, 12 years ago. We both went to Elizabeth City State. We kind of brushed shoulders there. He was already out the door. I was still at Elizabeth City playing football. So back in the DMV area, I got my second coaching gig back at the high school that I went to, Flowers High School. And the first person I called was Hamp. I asked Hamp to come, run the JV with me. Didn't really give him any, logistics behind it. Just, bro, I need your help. You came out there, and I mean, we changed a lot of young men's lives. It's probably some of them in this chat, knowing that both of us are on here. They probably think we're gonna be up here telling stories about them. But yeah, no, I played college football, Elizabeth City. Like I said, I went to Flowers High School in the DMV area. And right now, I left Flowers last year. I was there for about 10 years as a defensive coordinator. I just took the same role at Bullis High School in Potomac, Maryland.
Mm-hmm. You got kids?
Yeah, I got 4 kids, 3 girls and a son.
Mello, they told me I got my own kids. I got my own family to worry about. I don't got time for that. Me doing for me and mine is enough. I'm asking how you get it done with 4 kids.
Yeah, so definitely shout out to you, bro. I want to give you your flowers. Back at Flowers, you used to bring the little ones to practice with you. That was one of the things, as right now, my 2 girls, they come to practice with me. You just got to figure out a way to involve your family into what you do. And then the same token, involve those players in your family life. Like, open up the doors to them. Everybody was talking about, being a father figure, big brother, uncle, whatever the case may be. So you got to really let them see who you are. You know what I'm saying? Like, after practice is over. Then you talking about just life after football. I can't count how many times in the summer you had some of them dudes on the truck with you, moving, right? And then for me, with the IT piece, I want to say right now it's about maybe 7 to 8 former athletes that, kind of followed that path, listened to what I had to tell them as far as how to get into the IT space. They're doing an amazing job. I think I told you, Ben, me and Ben, we worked a contract together at the school doing IT work for a charter school. So I think it works both ways, right? I know it sounds, kind of hard, but I think if you open up your life as much as you want them to open up their life, you'll see the benefits for both of them, right? Like, how you going to be a role model if they don't know who you are after those 2 hours of practice? And you got to be the good and bad. Makai seen me when I was living in an apartment, damn near, trying to figure it out. It's when I had my oldest daughter. And I still talk to Makai every single day. He now has a son. You know what I'm saying? So those relationships, they got to work both ways. You got to open that door up so they can see who you are. You want to teach them, these trials and tribulations. You can't just say it by word. You got to show them. You got to open up your life so that they can see what's going on.
Word. Do you think that you were responsible for these kids in any way, shape, or form, even though you didn't create them? You didn't put them in a circumstance.
Yeah. In a way, they come to you, right? In high school, it's a pivotal time of their life, especially being young black men, right? So they come to you. Some of them got problems, some of them don't. Like, we all come from different walks of life, but once they're in your hands, you see them sometimes 7, 8 hours a day, especially if you work in the school system. I didn't work in the school system, but I had remote jobs for the most part, so I was up there like I worked in the school system. So I do feel like you have that obligation to that student athlete at the time, to where you providing free mentorship, free guidance to them. I don't know, where most of the audience is from, but working in PG County, that stuff is free as far as coaching. So, um, yeah, I mean, it's you know how it is. That is a free, it's free, and you with these dudes, like a 9 to 5, really. And when they leave, I think that's usually the most important time.
Just to
Like,
clarify, free meaning
yeah,
you don't get paid.
no, no, no. As a coach in PG County, you don't get paid. Nah, unless you work in the school system, which you and I never did. So we were out there off free will. Like I said, it was some games I'm working overnight, showing up in the morning for JV game with the phone and work phone in my pocket. But those risks, I mean, the reward outweighs it, right? You're talking about just me, one person being able to impact hundreds. Um, that's the risk I'm willing to take any day.
Yeah, 100%, man. And yo, we was literally out there. Mello was damn near out there by himself, and he called me. I'm like, fuck it,
Yeah,
And I'm
yeah,
telling you, when you talk about a man changing a culture that literally affects kids perpetually,
yeah.
the kids we had, you would assume they shouldn't have been as good as they were, and they
Nah,
would not have been without Coach Mello stepping into that role.
yeah,
And we have so many conversations about men in leadership, men doing the right
mm-hmm,
thing.
mm-hmm,
And I got too many brothers up here saying that
mm-hmm.
the kids ain't their responsibility. The only kids they got a responsibility to is theirs. And as long as they
Yeah,
taking care of them and theirs, that should be enough. But
mm-hmm.
then in the next breath, they'll disparage the community
Right,
itself.
right.
And I just wanted to bring a few examples up here of men that did more beyond
Yeah,
just their family.
yeah.
How
I
many
mean,
kids under your tutelage were able to play college football?
you want me to give you a ballpark number?
Yeah, ballpark.
In that 10-year span, no exaggeration, is probably about 75.
75 is an astronomical number. You know that, right?
Yeah, probably 75. You got to think, if I break it down by classes, that one big class we had 20 something, right?
No,
Follow
I'm
that
saying
up the
that's a
next.
lot of fucking
Uh,
kids.
yeah. I mean, if I'm seeing, if I think a ballpark number, we did 20 twice. We did that twice, right? The 4-year class when you were there, and then I think the second, not that I told you about the cycle right after when you left, but the cycle after that was like another 18-ish, 19-ish.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's been kind of consistent. So maybe 75 a lot. I'll say on the low end, I think right around 60 then. 60, 55-ish. Cause yeah, if I'm doing the math. We had one class where it wasn't like astronomical, right? But we had two where there were 20 or plus. And then you kind of know, the success they had even after they got there. You're talking about your boy, your baby, Jan Reed. He's still in the NFL. Wayne just got there. They're on the same team, actually. So if you get to Chicago, go check your boys out. Dang, who's Tommy? I think you just saw Tommy before you were leaving. Big Tommy playing basketball. He played for the Bills. I know you got, your fans from up north. So Buffalo Bills. Um, and I hope I'm not missing no, but Elliott was probably, he was there our first year with Cato and them. So we didn't really know him too well, but he's in the league. He played for the Cardinals.
Elliott plays for the
Yeah,
Cardinals?
man. Yeah, Elliott Brown. He played defense end for the Cardinals. Yep. So it's
Wow.
four. It's four of them in there in
Light
the league
skin.
right now.
Light skin boy.
No. Elliott was the big dark skinned dude. He played basketball too. That's why I said
Okay.
we didn't
I
really
mean, I
touch
know
him
him.
because he was on varsity. Yeah,
Okay.
he was on varsity that first year. So
Yeah.
it's four of them, man. And I mean, we can talk all day about,
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, hold on. We gotta read the comment. Hamp was the nah. Hamp. Hamp nice side came out during football. I will say that. But yeah, I mean, it was a little bit of good cop, bad cop going on there, I'll say. But it was needed. You know, we talk about, the impact. You and I talked about, what unfortunately happened with Chris' situation, just hurting, like feeling like you could have done more, wanting to do more. But then you sit back and like all the stuff we did for Chris. You know what I'm saying? Like we did a lot for him, right? Talking about a oversized kid that never should have played the position he did. I don't know, but I think one thing I would like for you to get to your listeners though is that extra motivation, right? Like I think the battery and the back that we put into those kids, man, I think that's what really got them over the top. Like you instilled a lot of confidence in the guys, to where it held strong even when they got out of our presence. Right? Like we didn't have kids that were doing wrong when we left practice. They do, regular kid stuff, but just instilling that confidence, like, dog, Chris was what, 250, 5 foot nothing, playing linebacker. I don't know if people know football, but he wasn't supposed to be doing that. But you know what I'm saying? Like, that's just a whole nother part. And then I guess I'm gonna ask you a question to what you were talking about. What do people feel like a village is then? When everybody say it takes a village to raise a kid.
We trying to figure that out. We trying to figure it out. This is the conversation. And salute the hold on real quick. Make sure y'all start the gold train too. Let me see. Let me show you. So this is Crimson Cure, right?
Okay.
Respectable, savant like in terms of just her dialogue. I appreciate her, look up to her in terms of just YouTube, the content creation, the understanding, the love, that she shows. And one thing she mentioned in her comment is they'll even go so far to talk down upon the men who are willing to do it.
Okay.
It's almost like they're like, man, y'all crazy for doing that. Those ain't your kids. Those ain't your responsibilities. Them kids will get you in trouble. Those kids will try to hurt you and shoot. It's just like fear is a mind killer, and we really need to understand what the village is.
Yeah.
I
mean, I can't put it any better than just saying that door got to be open both ways. Like some of those guys come over here, cook out for them. You know what I'm saying? They look at my daughters, I know my kids got super duper protection, right? Like they got 40, 50 brothers out there in the world. You know what I'm saying? Because they come to practice, they know them. There's a time and a place for everything though, right? Like, of course, my kids ain't in the locker room and stuff like that. They're on the field, right? They run around, water girl, maybe something like that. My kids are still young. But my kids are involved in sports, right? Like my oldest runs track, and like somebody else can get a message across to her, maybe better or faster than I can. So, I definitely think it takes a village.
100%. Think about what you just said, right? You legitly got 4 kids, right, that you have an abundance of influence on, and they play in the National Football League, right?
Yeah.
For sports specifically, that's the doctorate.
Yeah.
Those are the experts, right? They're the top of their field, right? If you had to make equivalency, they are the attorneys, doctors, right? They are the experts.
Right.
Right. And without you, they don't get there. They have great talent,
Right.
Like Wayne, as an example, not an abundance of size,
Right.
Even Wayne, he's smart, but his common sense was, like it was just he had to be honed into who he is.
Right.
Right. And you literally did that from what we was a subject to single-handedly.
Yeah.
And out of your time, out of your money, out of your pocket.
Yeah.
And you got kids.
Yeah. Shoot, it. Those kids still pick up the phone. They ain't kids no more, right? But
yeah,
I can FaceTime Wayne right now. He gonna pick up the call.
Yeah.
FaceTime Jan Reese, same thing. So like, that you made a everlasting impression on them. They know I'm not calling. I don't want nothing from them. They like, coach, you come to the game, we got you. I'm like, I'll come on my own. I don't want y'all to even know I'm there. So, I mean, impact is everything, man. But it take a village. Like Wayne, I knew Wayne mom and his sisters for years before I even knew who Wayne was. Like I didn't even know that was his sister. But like I knowing his background, his dad wasn't always around, so football, was kind of a way to shape and get some of that void. But it's not saying that we're taking away from raising our own kids. It's a time and place for everything. And I think as coaches, the more you can involve your child into what you do, they see you for, they see you as a superhero, really. They see you. Like they understand that. My daughter yesterday, we rode, it's an hour to get to practice now. Right. But she driving, she like, Daddy, it's a long ride, but I like it. Like, I want to come to practice again. Like they see you in a different light versus just dad in the house or dad pick up. Like you gotta open that door, man. You gotta be able to let everybody see who you are as a person. And for me, it's enjoyable. I don't miss none of my kids' activities. Like I said, my oldest runs track. And I don't know if any track parents in here. That stuff is all day. All day, practice 3 times out of the week. She's getting really good at it. So the practice are, there's more practices now. So it's not like I'm sitting here saying I'm missing any activities. I drop off, pick my kids up every single day. You know what I'm saying? Like I would love to see the examples of the coaches that they say, are wasting their time. There are some that probably are wasting their time because they're not in it for the right reasons.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, coaches generally. We used to go down to the little leagues. They don't know what the fuck they doing, right? But but I appreciated just the energy, the
sure.
effort, like God bless his dad. What was Coach's name? He got
Coach
shot.
Oh no, they got shot
from the little league.
I'm trying to think.
From the little league, dark skin.
The Glen Arden coach. I can't think of his name right now. Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
But he ain't know shit about football.
Right.
But he was invested. He come up there with us every day, right? He was older than us, But just humble as an older gentleman, just humble, like, coach, whatever y'all need, I'll tell him this. I want to learn from y'all, and that take a lot,
Yeah, for sure.
They got less than what we got. At least we got clothing. Right?
Yeah, Glen Arden. Yeah.
And Coach Powell look blessed, with a little bit of shit.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure. So yeah, man, what do you say to the men that say all they got to do is worry about their family? I understand the sentiment, right? Technically, but then I hear them complaining about the community, you see?
Yeah.
So what would be your word of, I don't know if it's advice or if you had to respond to that type of energy?
I may have said it earlier, but I think just my core belief is our time spent here on earth is how much we can impact others. So if I'm gonna walk around, especially the Flowers area, I went to that school, I know those kids, but if I'm gonna walk around and complain about what they're doing, right? And you brushing shoulders with kids that you can pull out of the BS that they're doing onto the football field, provide them some structure, a different view or a different light of what they could do or become. It's not even just talking about football, right? We had guys going to the Army, the Marines, and stuff like that, right? So I don't want people to just think it's like, oh, it's NFL or nothing, because I still keep a relationship with every single one of those kids that aren't in the NFL. But I just think the impact, man, I don't think that it's fair to say it takes a village and then you kind of have an evil eye towards a certain part of that village, right? Being coaching and sports. I just think there's so much impact that can be made or had within that world, to where I've heard that other races or whatnot utilize sports for those reasons. Just for that impact of another adult being in your kid's life, the structure that it brings, comparing and contrasting, early waking up and sacrifices to when you get into the work world. So I mean, it's so many benefits of it that I think we can touch on versus the non benefits. You know what I'm
Now,
saying? It's too much impact. It's too much
now,
impact that you can make.
so there's another thing I need to point out too, right?
Yeah.
Before I let you get up out of here, I know you got shit to do.
Yeah.
What was your dad in your life?
I have my dad passed away when I was 3 months.
How he passed?
He got shot.
What's his name?
Demencio Benson. I said Demencio Benson from Brooklyn, New York.
Yeah, guys, go look up the story. Your brother did it, right?
Yeah, my brother got the documentary out.
Demencio. Go look it up when you get a chance.
Yeah.
Because there's something, that's interesting, right? Because there's also a lot of disparaging of the single mother-led home,
Mm-hmm.
And yet we find men like yourself that say, okay, my father was there. He was murdered when I was yet a baby.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And they might know the name, so that's why I wanted to say it.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, and I know they've seen the documentary too. Right?
For sure.
And so you grow up, your kids going to practice with you. You don't got no money. You know what I'm saying? You made your way in the earth, right? Understanding that we have help because we played organized sports. But you don't got no money. You come from just your mom, and yet you take the time while bringing your kids with you to pour into these little boys.
Yeah.
Make it make sense.
That's impact. That's impact for me though, bro. Like, I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, just my belief is just the time spent here is not, it can't just be about you.
Look.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
What's the name of the actual doc?
It's the Demencio Benson.
I think it's just a story. Yeah.
Yeah, just a story. Let me check.
It's been out for what, 5 years now?
Yeah, it's been out for a minute. So hold on. Give me a second, guys. Appreciate that plug in. It's the Demencio Montana story. So my older brother he directed the entire thing. So if you're on Instagram, you can find it on my older brother page. His page is Ghost of Mencio. So Ghost _ of _ and then Mencio, MENCIO. You can find it. It's the little link tree is in his bio.
Y'all look just alike.
Yeah, it's in his bio. That's my older brother. Yeah.
If you put the name in, I mean, there's tons of stories people talking about.
Yeah. YouTube and all. Yeah, for sure.
Let me just like this. What was I about to do?
Yeah, it's a bunch of stuff out there.
Y'all look just alike.
So that one right there, the Ghost TV, that's my brother YouTube channel. So I don't know if he ain't posted on there, I'm gonna call him after this and let him know we got a really good plug and he done messed it up by not having it up there. So I'm gonna let him know.
That's the trailer. Let me see if I can find it.
Yeah, I don't know what.
Yeah, Demencio Benson. Yeah. So hold on, let me look real quick. So
I'm gonna text him right now, bro. I'm gonna text him right now.
No, that's the trailer right there.
Yeah, no. Little bro gotta save the day, man. I got it.
Look, sophisticated jerk.
Okay, appreciate that.
So, and I was highlighting that so people could definitely go look. 'Cause I know your brother had put in the work for it, but yeah, Demencio Benson. But the key component to me pointing that out was that he wasn't in your life, right, by proxy and not being, and you grow up, blessed enough to play college football. And now we here. So now you got your own kids. We was out there for free, sun up to sundown, picking the kids up, dropping them off, buying them shit,
feeding them. Yeah, for sure.
And literally, the people that don't do it don't get it, and they won't get it. Right? We made them like that. The mindset. Yo, what we was able to instill in them, the grit, the discipline, right, was bar none, second to none. You know, and it was me, you, and whomever else out there.
Shoot, the first 2 years it was just me, you, Stover, and one other person.
And, what's he? Oh, man, I just talked
Coach Mike, right?
Coach Mike, yeah. But Coach Mike was almost like a liaison to us, like, you know.
Yeah, it wasn't a bunch of, and I mean, I don't know if you want to paint the picture for the audience, but we talking about roughly 70 kids, and it's just what, 4 of us?
Yeah.
Yeah, about 70 of them. Yeah, man, you know, like I said, those kids still friends. I mean, they all still, you know, you see Jimmy Earl and them, they living life on Instagram, man. I just talked to Tislon. He got a promotion at a marketing firm in Pittsburgh, something like that. So, yeah man, it's
good. I had Jimmy Well up here a few times. I had Devin, Kobe, Makai. And they were like just looking at them like, man, because they young. They 20, 21, 22, 23. Right? And they not none of this shit that people act like the young guys are.
Nah, they never been that neither.
Yeah.
Nah.
So
yeah, no, that's a good group of names you got up. That's your babies though. So I understand. I understand. Yeah, that's the first crew we had up there.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about from ninth grade. Yeah, from ninth grade on. Yep. So
it just I just wanted to show them like, yo, and you still out there. Shout out to you know, where you coaching at currently, you know, and just giving back in the neighborhood. You know, you got people know like Palmer Park is literally 5 minutes from the high school. You know, so you got a bunch of demographics in this school. What, 95% black, 99% black?
Yeah. Flowers is rough, man. Flowers, I think me and you talked about it a lot of times. Like, it's like that melting pot between the haves, the have-nots, middle class. Like, it's all in one school.
Everybody
you
there.
got a kid that might be Section 8, and you got a kid that live behind gates. Like, you just, and about, I think it's 2,500 right now. 2,500 in the school.
And I just want to make sure I just recap, you know, your father, they can go look up the thing. He was not in your life. My Duke, shout out to her, right? You're able to go on, play college football, which is 1%. Get your degree, right? And you had the ability to go back to the high school you went to. Why? Because your name wasn't mud. Your name wasn't dirt. You were a great example. And you were able to guide boys to the point of 75 of them playing college football, which again is 1% of boys who play high school football. And then beyond that, there's 4 kids that you coached directly and had a directly influence on that play in the NFL now, which is the doctorate of football itself.
Correct. Yep.
You got your own kids, own responsibilities, and they come with you to practice, and you still doing it now upwards of 10 years.
Yep.
Purge these niggas, man.
Yeah, man.
So I'm proud of you. I love you.
I love you more, bro. I appreciate you. You know that.
Yes, sir. And I'm just glad that you know, a shining example of what they say can't be done.
Yeah, for sure.
Any final thoughts for the people?
Nah, man. What you got? Like, subscribe. Hamp my brother, man. Like, I don't think I never called or texted him and he ain't pull up for me, or you know. I try to make sure I pop up on him at his part. I don't really like going out, but when Hamp DJ, and I'm gonna go see my brother. I know I see you this weekend. I'm gonna try to do what I can, man.
Yeah, man.
I know you back in town this weekend, so I'm gonna see what I can do.
Just drink your Pedialyte.
Nah, just keep doing what you do, bro. Like, you know, give my flowers and my hat off to you. I know everything you touch is golden, man. And stay out of that boxing ring, man, before you get hurt. Stay out of that boxing ring, man.
They be trying to hurt me, but I be punching too hard.
Yeah, man, you all bloodied up on Instagram. Like, what's Hamp got going on, man? But nah, that's it, man. Everybody keep tuning into our brother. I make sure I got to make sure I do it. Shoot, I'm telling y'all to do it. I'm gonna make sure I do it once we get off this joint. So that's it, bro. Just keep doing it. I'm proud of you too, brother.
I appreciate you, bro. Hey, man, get to work. Tell the kids I said, what's up, man? Hopefully I see you this weekend. I'm going to hit you when I touch down.
All right.
All right, love you.
Love you more.
It's a stampede! DJ Hamp the Stampede. DJ Hamp the Stampede.
Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend and tell a friend. Hit that like button right now if you can. That helps the channel the most. Homeboy with the $5 says for the goal. My OG Mike Brown in the building with the $5 says for the goal. And the goal number 2. Yeah, man, that man brought me into coaching. You know, he was at Elizabeth City after me, played the same position. You know, I was in DC, maybe 5 years. No, 5 years or so. He hit me, say, hey, Hamp, I'm out here coaching these freshmen JV by myself. I said, I got you. And the rest was history, man. We made a hell of an impact. He now coaching at a private school to where he actually get compensated for everything that he brings to the table, you know. But for 10 years, he was doing that shit for free. Picking up, dropping off, buying them food, right? Going back and forth with parents. The whole 9 yards, right? And he got 4 kids of his own. And the babies go to practice with him. I used to bring my babies to practice with me when niggas is out here saying what they can't do. I thought can't wasn't in a man's vocabulary. That shit it's irritating to me. People, we making the status quo enough. What's so exemplary about me taking care of my kids? Because we made it an anomaly. Because in our community, it's not the majority. So when we're doing a thing that should be a status quo, we have to celebrate it and applaud it. I love seeing black fathers. I also expect to see black fathers. How about that part? The subtitle to this show today is Mentor, Coach, Train, I think I said, but not Stepdad. What does that mean? Be a mentor, be a coach, be a teacher, be a trainer, but not Stepdad. What you think why? I took a look back at the show on Tuesday specifically. I'm going to play the clip. And honestly, I may need to, I don't know if it's a concession, but better acknowledge and agree with the point that Devin made. Hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button, man. Let me show you guys this so we can get on the same page, so we can understand what it is that we're talking about. I wanted to review the call I had with the lady again, but we reviewed it on Tuesday. And I called this lady from the shooting that we now know was 2 kids on some Bonnie and Clyde shit who they couldn't be together, so they shot up her family. Killed 5 of them, shot 7 people. I called a lady who was in East St. Louis where this happened, and she was a bit flustered, a bit taken aback, even guarded or offended by me asking questions about what she's doing to help solve for this type of action in her community. I called 2 days after it happened. She was emotional about it and got admonished for it. Me, on the call with her, I leveraged a level of correction. Hey, if you're the director and you get flustered, everybody gonna be flustered. Also said, why are you yelling? But I wasn't surprised because the bullets is flying. Without consideration, we say, does this show why women shouldn't be in leadership? There ain't no atheist in a foxhole. In the trenches during war, when you pin down, right? Everybody praying. But I can tell when you see the big picture, people will start talking about victim Olympics and this, that, and they never done nothing ever. They never put in no pain. They never tried to help nobody. It's all assumptions about what does and does not work. You take Coach Clark, you take Coach Mello, exponentially increase them. What happens? If I get off my butt, Truth come with me, Sean Brewer come with me, Strada come with me, Jay Miller come with me. Now what happens? But you got the people that doing the work are outnumbered and being judged by people who ain't doing shit. When have we ever been able to talk with no action and get away with it? When did men ever say, that nigga told me that, so I believe him? I thought men had to show you something. Show me I'm pussy. Show me I'm weak. Show me I'm broke. Show me you rich. Show me you care. I thought love was respect. Since when do we respect a nigga who don't get off his ass? Since when do we respect men who don't do shit about it? Now? Now? How? When did that change? Now, let me clarify this point about the stepdads, man. Let's get it. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend and tell a friend. Hit that like button right now if you can. That helps the channel the most. I'm about to drop the link
too. 24 donated $20 through Super Chat. Right on the money, brother. White check mark emoji. Saluting face emoji.
Just trying to figure out. Niggas saying, yo, disrespect me. I love my job too much. Right? Because they'll say, oh, why y'all worried about the N-word and all that? Nah, what you saying is disrespect me. Because I love my job too much. Let me castrate myself because I got a little bit of money. But I thought respect was love to a man. We tell the women all the time, if you don't respect them, he don't know you love him. And then men saying, be out in the earth, let people disrespect you. Because I got a job. Because somebody put some money in my pocket. Oh, let me disparage and talk down on the entire community while not trying to impact it or do shit about it. Let me applaud the status quo. I take care of my kids so I could do the Tony the Tiger shit. That's regular shit. I appreciate black dads. But the fact that we are such an anomaly is the fucking issue. So that now we all get a participation trophy for doing the things that we're supposed to do. And that's enough? It's annoying, man. It's annoying. Show y'all this right here. We got 200 people in the building, man. Hit the like button. So, let's get into the stepfather thing, right? Devin was right. Devin was right. Let's talk about it. Not hard to believe. Yeah, and I think when Sherelle initially introduced this, she wasn't even saying like the man with no kids. She's saying most people at 40, about 80% have kids, right? Those people are still single. The nuclear family is not the direction that we need to press because we still 40. We still out here. We still got 30 more years to live. The blended families, the polygynous families are a way for us to kind of maybe avoid the hyperbole of 2053 as an example. Because like Dean said, 50 plus 40 is 90.
Yeah,
we just have to manage the money, live at our means, not above them, and etc. But that's more money, in the kitty.
So now you get.
I'm just bringing it all full circle, just the whole conversation. Now here's the key. I didn't forget what I said. I didn't forget. I know,
and you put them niggas before me as a fucking Sherelle slandered me for the last 5 minutes, which is diabolical.
You used to it.
She didn't slander nobody. Bullshit. Devin, it's your turn.
The ladies in the chat, so you like that shit. Go ahead, Devin. So the standpoint of the conversation, right, is, hey, our community is in a current state. To help the current state of affairs, the consideration for polygyny and being a stepfather needs to be here if we want to help ourselves. Right? But listen what Devin says.
He do.
Yeah. No, I think what Sherelle kind of said was almost double speak, talking like, because she was like, "Oh, she was saying something to the effect of," you can actually interrupt me if I'm misquoting you. Was that we're giving up or of some sort based off our situation? I was like, I feel no. I think you're what you're trying to say is giving up to what is the correct answer to then accept an alternative because you believe we can't, as a people, actually do revert back to what is right. So I think that's the issue. Is I think people believe we can't. I think we can, and I think maybe I have more credit. I give people more credit than what you guys are willing to give, but I believe we can. But
Devin, what's your evidence?
Wait, question. Don't you already live an alternative lifestyle? Devin? Yeah, you're married to somebody that's not black, so that.
Did y'all hear what Devin said?
Was that we're giving up or of some sort based off our situation? I was like, I feel no. I think you're what you're trying to say is giving up to what is the correct answer to then accept an alternative because you believe we can't, as a people, actually do revert back to what is right. Because she's
go ahead here, Mr.
Diabolical.
You used to it.
She didn't slander nobody.
You don't man. Shit. Go ahead, Devin.
He do.
Yeah. I think what Sherelle kind of said was almost double speak, talking like, because she was like, "Oh, she was saying something to the effect of," you can actually interrupt me if I'm misquoting you. Was that we're giving up or of some sort based off our situation? I was like, I feel no. I think you're what you're trying to say is giving up to what is the correct answer to then accept an alternative because you believe we can't, as a people, actually do revert back to what is right. So I think that's the issue. Is I think people believe we can't. I think we can, and I think maybe I have more credit. I give people more credit than what you guys are willing to give, but I believe we can. But
Devin, what's your evidence?
Wait, question. Don't you already live an alternative?
Yeah. Right. What Devin said is actually the message, because what we're saying is because we fucked it up so much, we have to make these concessions and considerations. Devin said, nah, fuck that. There shouldn't be a need for stepdads in the first place. No man should have to be a stepdad. That shouldn't even be a thing. But we normalize shit that is perverse. And then we want to make it the norm. That's why there's a trope of, oh, stepdad, step up. Step up to what? Right? Coach, train, mentor, teach. But Devin's saying, nah. We better than that. We don't need to have no stepdad. Stepdad shouldn't be the norm. It shouldn't be the expectation. It shouldn't be what people need to bend the knee to. But because we so fucked up, we make room for fucked up situations. We normalize fucked up situations. We make sense of things that we don't need to make sense to, but because we have proximity to it, we have grace for it. I know a person said, my kid is a homosexual now. Or she's non-binary. So the parent, which there is not that's not their belief system, now starts to placate to what the kid is now subjecting themselves to. They start to make it make sense in their mind. Oh, well, my kid is non-binary, so now I need to say they. Why the fuck you need to say they? Because it's in proximity to you? Now you got to make an exception? Now you got to normalize it? Now you have to make it make sense? Now you have to make it okay? Nah. And that's what Devin was saying. We want to normalize shit that should be admonished. I understood Sherelle's point. She's saying, hey, yo, this is where we at now. But Devin said, you get used to something, you make it the norm, you'll forget about the past. You forget about doing it right. You'll call this right when it's wrong. You'll call this acceptable when it's not. But in the moment, I was simply looking at where we are. So what's the Band-Aid? But Devin's saying, nah, we need stitches. We need stitches, my heart. Right? And that was missed. People still probably gonna have to apply the prescriptions that Sherelle had laid. But Devin was not wrong. Devin was 100% on point with what he said. Nah, we better than that. When we was married, when we was taking care of our kids, we was doing better than that. Don't let inflation fool you. Don't let the cost of living fool you about how much money we getting now. So I want to make sure that that's called out clearly. That's why it's so important to see Coach Clark, Coach Mello. Because when I bring my kid to the gym and other men are correcting him, he's learning. There's different leadership styles. It takes a village. Respect your elders. One of the other boxes. Hey, Big Chook, pick up your pretzels. I don't say, nah. Maybe, like Coach Mello said, they can convey the message better than me. Maybe they'll resonate in a different way than I can as his father. But you would know that if you actually coach somebody. If you actually took kids under your wing. If you actually needed to convey a message to influence people to do the right thing. But you don't know because you never did it. But it's useful. It's important. We was at field day. If y'all ever come outside. Right? If we was at field day, if you ever come outside. Baby boy was there. And they like, oh yeah, he want to get into like some pugilism. So I damn near forget. I'm sitting on the cooler and we start going through 1, 2, slip 2, pull 2, 1, 2, 3, roll out, right? And he doing this shit good. You know what his pop was saying? Not a fucking thing. We was talking to another set of kids. I said, hey, you got to do X, Y, and Z. Pop said, didn't I tell you that? So now it's me and Pop on the same side. Because kids is hard-headed. But Devin was 100% right, bro. Yeah. Normalizing that shit by saying it is what it is how you stay in chains. He said we better than that. And therefore we should do better. We always act like there's no recourse. Unless the kid dad is dead, why can't people reconcile? Now, it's not a one-to-one. Obviously, we understand that. But what Devin said was 100% solid, bro. It just got kind of glossed over. Then we start talking about his interracial relationship, you know? And that's an entirely different conversation. Do you have the right to speak on shit that you're not subjected yourself to, you know? So we understand that, and it kind of is related, but I think his point stands.
It's a stampede! DJ Hamp the Stampede. DJ Hamp the Stampede.
Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, man. Hit that like button right now if you can. That helps the channel the most. I got a lot of shit to do today. I got to fly out to DC. We an hour in. I'm gonna drop the link. Let's see if we can get the party started. If anybody want to converse with me regarding this, and we'll go from there. Saint Swarley, what up, Ock? But the $5 says normalizing dysfunction, normalized chaos. Trigger Mike in the building with the $10 says Hamp is masterful at enticing the village, quote unquote, to display their degenerative mindset and then using their exact words against them. Now the only action left is to take accountability. Salute, big dog. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. You know, I really do. But we got a lot of shit going on, Mike. Not but. Sorry, I didn't mean to say but. We have a lot of shit going on. We really do. Really do, man. You know, they do that even with your messaging, right? You start talking, for some reason, niggas start saying tether. A lot of shit going on. Somebody still got the show playing, I think. Let me see. Like, share, subscribe, man. Salute to everybody in the building so far. Let's get it popping, man. Let me see. Black Dawn, what up? You can hear me?
Is that better?
Yes, sir. We can hear you now. Shaw, what up, my G?
Yo, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. How you?
I'm good, man. How you doing?
I'm trying to do the right thing, man. I had a great morning. I'm actually happy, which I don't even say.
Yeah.
But I'm like tight though. But like show tight. Like once I go to the barbershop, I'll be fine. But just in terms of what I'm talking about, I'm tight, kinda, you know?
I feel you 100%.
What y'all got, man? I think I was up here at the same time, but since Shaw has gray in his beard, we'll let him go first. Black Dawn.
Yeah. Shout out to the elders, man.
The elders.
Yeah. The show last week in particular with first of all, dope intro. Shout out to the brother who you coaching with, man. Again, it's always good to see with all the images of black people painted as a certain thing. It's always good to get reminded that we still out here, despite even black people sometimes making it seem like we're not. The show last week, I think I took it personal, and I went into Discord. I did a couple of rants about it because I've been around for about a year now, and I've always just kind of watched how conversations go. And that particular conversation to me, man, I was like, I see where I'm at. It's like a tale of two black Americas in a way, because there are men who come on the panels and they say explicitly, we shouldn't do anything for the community. We're gonna help our kids, and I'm always pushing back, saying, man, some of y'all, I just don't believe it. It doesn't seem real. It seems like y'all found a way to make some bread, and now you here, and they push back like, Shy, you want us to be perfect. And it's never about being perfect. It's about, I don't think you are effective when people can see that you're not living the life that you're living. But then juxtaposed with the woman who clearly is on the front lines helping, because she's not perfect, she gets admonished. And it's like I'm thinking, it's like, man, people have been in this space so long. I don't know what people are going through in their personal lives in regards to black women. I'm talking about black men and black women's relationship right now, and I'm talking to the men for a second. It seems that we only can see women through the premise of our own consumption. That's how we look at them in all facets, what we can do with them. So if it's not somebody we fucking on, we can't see them in any other way. Shout out to Aaron, right? Because me and Aaron have actually talked in the DM. So I got regard and respect for Aaron because we've been able to kind of figure out things about each other through the DM. So we talk, but I really thought that comment was stupid, and I'm not calling Aaron stupid. I thought the comment was stupid because as long as black people have been in America, we have always worked in tandem with our women, and they've also been in leadership positions, right? Shirley Chisholm, right? Everybody know who that is, I hope. Fannie Lou Hamer, Asada Shakur, Ella Baker, Rosa Parks. I can keep naming women that have been in leadership positions. Angela Davis. And I'm saying, Hamp, people who are in those type of positions, they're not going to always have this decorum that everybody thinks is required to be a human. And I know it because I've seen it up front. I've seen women. My mom was a director of Parks and Recreation. I saw how those women had to conduct themselves in a time of battle, when they was trying to deal with something in the community. It ain't always this fit, feminine, and fit thing that we talk about on YouTube. So I'm trying to understand like what's going on with our minds as adults. What's happening to where we can't get past this dick and pussy thing to have real conversations about how people show up in the community. So that particular part, that's why I wanted to come up today, because I was kind of blown away by the response that she got. And no one took time to give her grace for at least being in the community, being on the front line. It was immediately to, well, she's not a perfect boss, so this is an indication that women can't be leaders. I'm still just like, damn, bro, that's where we at.
Yeah, I found that you were dejected by that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
And I think it has a lot to do with the proximity, you know?
Right.
Right. You know what it reminded me of? And this is, I'm being hyperbolic and kind of, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But it was that moment when, and I thought about this like 3 days ago. Remember when Obama had that tear come out his eye because he's like, Trayvon looked like his son?
Yeah.
And I seen it when I for some reason I like put those things together because that could have easily been your Ma Dukes I could have called.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
You know what I'm saying? Yep. So when I was like, and I don't know why I thought of that scene. I meant to say it to you yesterday, but it just something like, because you put yourself there like, I wish a nigga would.
Yeah.
As much work as this lady put in, and she called me back.
Yeah. Yes.
She could have avoided it because my tone was the same on the voicemail. I'm assuming she listened. You know what I mean? I don't know if she listened to my voicemail, but it was the same tone. You know what I mean?
Right.
But she stood there.
Right.
She could have hung up on me.
Right.
She stood there. She even said, "Those are great questions." She stood there.
That part, hell, I'm like, what has happened to in real time? We saw two black people. You hit her up. You even said I might have been a little heavy handed, but you peeped it, and you was like, I can get it back right. I can get a little bit of correction. And by the end of the conversation, y'all was laughing. And I'm like, this is how it really looks in the community. If you ever been around women or men that work in the community, it's going to be times where they not trying to be people's friend, especially in the middle of a crisis. They trying to get shit done. It looks very similar to a coach on the sideline, and y'all, it's 4th and 1. We trying to get shit done. I don't give a damn about what y'all niggas fantasies are about what women supposed. We trying to get shit done. But she realized this wasn't a foe. This was a friend. And she was able to pull back.
Yeah. 100%.
And I'm saying, where's the grace? Where's the black people? But then I realized it's a tale of two black America. It's obvious to me that a lot of people that dwell in these spaces did not grow up in environments where they saw men and women outside, really feet on the ground doing work. Because them women that was outside, they weren't always feminine. My mom was a leader of men and women.
Well, one point of correction. They're feminine. They're women.
I'm sorry. Right. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It just when they show up, it's not like this soft, friendly persona.
Right.
You know.
Right.
Because I and you know, you heard me say this before. I don't like when they call women masculine for being a dickhead. Right. Just call her a dickhead. Right.
That's me.
You know.
I still got to get that. My mind been cold. I still got to get that. You know, I got to get it out of my soul. You know what I mean? I'm guilty of things too, Hamp. I got to still get shit out of my soul. So.
Yo, and think about this, right? Her disposition changed as we moved through the conversation. Since we're speculating, do you think she heard me when I said, if you flustered, everybody gonna be flustered?
Yeah, she knew you was right. Because what happened is that I'm sure when she got that call, she was like, and I'm assuming she's a aware person. I'm imagining to be in those type of positions, you have to have some awareness. I'm sure she thought, I could have handled that a little bit different. You know what I mean? Like we got together, and I did have a little moment. You know what I mean? And I'm saying because, like you said, because I know I've seen it up front. I've seen that in person. Not just from my mom, other women that do the community work. I've seen it. It get tough sometimes. and you get an attitude, you raise your voice, and we got to be like, hey, we are here for the same reason. Let's bring it down, and you understand. We get it, and sometimes they even come to you. My bad. I was doing the men and the women, not just the women, but the men too. My bad. I got I'm passionate about what I do, and I had a moment, but you know where my heart is, and we shake hands, we hug, and it's back to the mission. But here, again, you got to be perfect. But then the interesting thing about it is the people that don't do shit who ain't, and I can tell a person who's just from the way they talk him. I can tell because I've been around it all my life. I can tell the difference between somebody who ain't never been outside to help nobody talking versus somebody who it's obvious to anybody that's done the work, and that's the part that's most interesting. The niggas who ain't never done nothing got all the talk. How? How, bro?
At LLLLLLLLLLLLLLLLLLLLLLL donated $50 through Super Chat. You see how you conceded to Devin Point? We need more of that respectfully, and tether only for people that not of the.
So let me read. Not of the land be lying on FBA Foundation people of this land, or to undermine the people that was already here once they are in politics. Yo, yeah, Li, no, 100%. I think how you defined it, yeah. But like Michael come up and we talking about families, right? And he has a family. I helped him, not helped him. He hired my company to help him move his stuff, right? I saw the other house from the other house. They not the same. If you look at both houses, you would consider the new house progress, right? And he called me, his brother, right? That I know, black owned company, and I couldn't get to him till late. But he ain't call nobody else. My guys didn't get to his house till 5 o'clock at night, and was there till 10 o'clock at night. And he tipped them, and they moved this shit. And we talking about families and a man being prosperous, right? I saw the example, but when he start talking, we say tether. It's like the same shit, Shy. You see what I'm saying? It's like,
yeah, it's goofy, bro. It's a lot of goofy stuff going on right now with us, man.
Real shit. And then motherfuckers, and I think here's the other thing too. Like, we gotta make sure that we know that they know that our women are normal too, right? That's why I did the pod several times with my wife. We did the married couple, right? She got similar wants. She want me to be home. She want me to make all the money, right? All everything at once,
right?
You know, but it just like Black Dawn. What's up, man?
Hey, how you doing?
What's up?
Doing in the hat squad today. Hair looking kind of crazy, but yeah. For that particular lady that was on the phone, I did find it to be ironic, in a funny way, that Mr. Fantastic said that exact same thing, and then that exact same thing happened afterwards. I'm not gonna dismiss the funniness of it because that shit was funny, but at the same time, though, as someone who probably does that sort of community support on that support side, she probably been getting calls realistically. She's probably getting calls all day from people wanting something from her or something from her organization all of the time, right? So then when she actually gets someone who is actually concerned, a normal inquiry, she probably was looking at you kind of suspicious, what type of time you want, what are you trying to say, and I totally understand that. And actually, someone who actually has worked at customer support on some level, yeah, that shit could get that shit could get real stressful. There be people coming on the phone, be asking for all types of crazy, weird, wacky, goofy shit all the time, and you just have to put up with it. Now, I will say, I will critique a little bit. You do have to maintain frame, especially because people are going to be looking for that gotcha moment, and people are going to be fishing for that. Oh yeah, they lost control or whatever. So I do think maintaining frame is important at all times, the best you can. I'm not saying we need to be perfect. Not gonna put that on anybody because I know for sure that I'm not. But I do think if you are going to be in that position, maintaining frame is essential. Now, as far as the whole stepdad thing, the thing that I think Mont said a joke about the little the beta guys or whatever, be like, oh, I'm not gonna be a stepdad, I want to make my own, I'm an alpha or whatever, which I thought that joke was funny. But then I thought about it at the same time. I was like, is this really far off? Because I do think there are, as much as I and Shad, I'm with you, I hate going back to the dick and pussy type shit, but as much as I detest those type of framing of those conversations. There are some like legitimate concerns that does need to be answered when it comes to like men wanting to be stepdads of somebody else's men, right? And I think the main behaviors that no one has really given us an answer to and how to deal with is one, dealing with like the actual like biological dad in that situation, right? There, for a lot of the stories that come out of that, there really isn't really a happy ending or a happy framing for the stepdad that does decide to step up and it does decide to be that person to take care of those kids, right? You get a lot of stories from a lot of, I'm not saying those stories are true, but the fact that you get so much of it, it is kind of concerning. And then the second problem that a lot of guys do sort of like bring up is like the relationship and the emotional complexity that comes with it. Because if you are that stepdad and you do get emotionally tied to those stepchildren, at any given moment, that like biological dad could easily like step in, and then you could just have you could just got right. Like that's could just be the end of it. And those are like some of the complications that it just hasn't been fully addressed by the people who do want like the better community. And the third question is, and there's a stigma around it. I want to know what you guys' opinion about it is that, and it could be goofy, but it's just worth mentioning because it's just it's out there, whatever. Taking care of somebody else's responsibilities. You are a quote unquote lesser man who are incapable of making something on your own. What do you guys feel about like that stigma?
Say that last part again.
Yeah, so if you are a man that has to go and date a woman that already has kids, typically speaking, at least in society, you are considered a lesser man who is incapable of finding someone else on their own or starting a family on your own, or you're considered someone just taking someone's sloppy seconds. Unfortunately, that's kind of like the stigma that's out there. Like, how do you feel about that? And how would you manage that?
If I had to do it, are you asking?
For the men that has to do it, right? Because the reason why most men don't do it is because of that stigma exists, right? So the men that do want to do it and men that do want to like help the community, do want to be stepdads to do and step into that place, what would you say to them? And also, would you do it if you were in that position?
You going Ham?
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Black Dunn, I wasn't aware of the stigma to the degree that it is here until I came to YouTube. I'm just saying, as a kid, as a college age, I never heard men discussing stepdads to this extent.
Oh, for sure. We on the internet, so I mean,
I got you. So I'm saying, because I know Hamp is always like, is the internet and the real world the same, and we fight about it. We around 8 at this point of fighting this thing. I'm saying in life, in the real world, right? Because I think there are a lot of different factors when you choose the woman that you're with. And I'm saying, like, just say a man who has all the options. He can choose any woman that he wants, right? She might have a kid, but there might be 5 other things that could be of benefit to him, and he accepts the child, right? So I understand what's optimal for any man is to start his own family. That's the optimal situation. To start my own family. There are risks concerned with starting a family in general, and there are risks associated with starting a family with children that are not biologically yours. I think that's a fair conversation. I think when we start talking about a man who makes a decision is a loser, then that I don't quite understand the place in the conversation, the necessity, because it seems to be that the idea that this man didn't make this decision based on his own intent. I think that's the word, recognizance. I think that's the word I'm trying to say. You know what I mean? So he's a loser based on what's the word?
Recognizance. Yeah.
Recognizance. Yeah. So based on his own decision, he's a loser because another man doesn't think, you know what I mean, that it's the right thing to do. That's what that part. Because in the world, if a man shows up, he has a beautiful family, his woman is presented well, the children are presented well. It seems to be he's leading his family in an efficient, effective way. How's he a loser? He made the decision.
Well, I guess
is he one more thing? Is he not a loser if he already has children too? You see what I mean? If he has a kid and then he blends his family, he's a loser, or is the loser only for the single man with no children that decides to have stepchildren? It's unclear sometimes for me.
Yeah. So to be more
most
specific,
times.
yeah, to be more specific into like the negative stigma around it, If you are a guy that is, I'm just being as generic as possible, in your mid-30s or whatever, you're really trying to find or build a relationship, and you find a woman that has 2 kids already by another man, you will be seen as the quote unquote janitor that has to like fix and clean up that mess. Right. That's the framing I'm putting it in, if that makes sense. If you need me to be more specific, I'll do that for you.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And I guess there's another issue with that is the sense of authority within that relationships, the imbalance to where, I think this comes up a lot when you're not able to like really discipline the kids and all the other, stuff that comes with it being a dad. I guess the real thing that I guess most people are concerned about is just such a losing proposition, to where the only people that would take that position are people who really don't really have much value in the first place. I think that's the framing that people are putting out there. You know what I'm saying? So, not saying I agree with it, because I don't. I definitely don't. But I'm just putting that like perspective out there to see how y'all feel about it.
Yeah, I think I understand the perspective that you're offering, Black Dawn, because it's something that we've heard pretty often. The premise that I was regarding is Devin was saying, hey, let's not make a positive or put positive light on things that we only have to do because we're upside down. Right? Because we're creating children in the upside down, right? Before marriage and etc. So now people can leave much more easily than if you were actually in a marriage, maybe trying to make it work. So he's saying, hey, no. I'm admonishing this thing because it wouldn't exist if we were doing things correctly. Right? Now, that's the first part. That's why I conceded to him. Now where Sir?
Define doing things correctly. Like,
married.
What does that mean?
You with your woman, y'all have your kid, you guys raise that kid together. And the kid is both biologically yours, right?
Yeah.
The second part of the conversation is more so what you talking about. We hear now what are the ramifications and the connotation or connotation of being a stepdad, right? Sherelle said, hey, more women than men, y'all fucking these niggas the same nigga anyway, you might as well be polygynous with it. And then if they got kids, you got kids, most of the women got kids. If you don't want to go outside to other races of women, then isn't this the obvious option? You see? So I want to make sure I acknowledge what Devin's saying, because he's right. That's why I put the hyperbolic statement, there should not be any stepdads.
So the reason why I question like what's the right way, it's like it seems to change from person to person. So I just wanted to make sure we're on like the same base or the same.
We all on the same page. What person said they don't understand?
Well, for example, so if you talk to like, because I like I told you, I come from like a Nigerian background, but I also have other African friends that are way more conservative. Like American conservatism is viewed as liberalism in some other places,
sure,
right? Because that ain't really, you know what I'm saying. So like just living with your girl before being married is considered the wrong way. Having sex outside of marriage at all with your girl is considered the wrong way, right? So that's why I just want to get like a good baseline of what we mean before the wrong way, because I am definitely certain that almost every man up here before they got married was having tons of sex with their girl before that happened.
Where are they getting this ideology from? Where are they pulling it from? Because it sounds like they
usually
I know
like some religious.
I know, but here's the thing: it's religious. It's not biblical, right? So they literally making this up. So when you read the law of marriage specifically in Numbers 22, it goes like this: if you consummate with that woman, she's then betrothed to you, right? Engaged to you. You can marry her with her father's blessing. If the father doesn't give her blessings, now you have to pay her, not dowry, the other word, but you have to pay like her worth, because now she's defiled and he not going to allow you to marry her, but now she no longer has her chastity. You see? So you have sex to get engaged, and then you get confirmation from the family, you straight. You see? But they told us this shacking up thing and all that, right? Because these are man-made constructs that people frown upon. You see? Am I being clear, Black Dawn, about just the difference?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm just
But I understand you saying that they are more, and I could even lend it. They're more conservative, saying don't do X, Y, and Z. I'm just saying they're not more righteous
because
righteous would be following the laws of God. You see?
No. I'm not gonna claim. I don't think anyone really to have a claim to like more piety than somebody else. I don't.
But they're more conservative. I catch your drift. You actually said that, right? Yeah. So I can see. I see what you're saying. Okay, I see what you're saying. I just wanted to make sure that people understand what the Bible says, as opposed to man-made constructs that people kind of put on people.
Yeah. So the reason why I brought that up is I just want to make sure, like, as a community, right? Like, what is the unifying message that we all gonna just like get behind, right? Because I think that's another problem, is that there's a little bit way too many perspectives out there, especially the ones that don't fucking work. Okay, that shit annoys me every single time.
Yeah,
I be hearing some of these panels, whether it's from the manosphere or the feminists or whatever the fuck. Like, I just hear it. Just feels like you're hearing the echoes of losers a lot of the time. But yeah, I mean, it is. I'm gonna keep it real. They're probably gonna come at me like, "Black dog, you're this and that." And I was, y'all niggas.
We'll get cause I like that question actually. So make sure we come back to it just in case I forget. I just want to get Trigger Mike and Mr. Payne in before we, you know what I mean?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Mr. Payne, what's the word?
Man, what's going on, man? It's been a while, man. It's been a while. Hey, what's up, fellas?
What's the word?
Hey,
how you feeling?
Yeah, I'm doing all right, man. How are you?
Good.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Trying to do the right thing.
Hey, this is an interesting conversation. The brother was just up here. I know a lot of people do talk about the stepdad stuff all the time. And, I'm old, man. Everybody back in my day was either a stepkid, stepfather, stepmother. We had all of that shit back then. It just seems like the dynamic of appreciation might have changed in this modern era when guys are stepping in. But again, any man who decides to be a stepdad, he just got to vet properly and understand what he's getting into. I mean, that's what I would leave it at. Whether I think it's the most ideal thing to start a family with, no. But if you're a single man and you fall and find a woman that you fall in love with and you want to be with, and she got children, you gotta understand the ramifications of that. You have to understand that you have to have a relationship if the biological father's still involved. You got to have a relationship with that dude, one way or the other. So for some people, that's a non-starter, right? And then that man is always going to have some kind of access to your woman, right? And I'm not even talking about sexual access. I mean, just access that could change your mood depending on how their relationship goes. You got to be willing to go through some of that. And if you do, just understand what you're doing. And that's all I could really say on that one. I mean, it's going to happen. I mean, people are being stepdads and stepmoms all the time. The funny thing is that 65% of women with children, and this is from Medium Man, right? He does all the numbers. 65% of women who have children don't want men with children because they don't want to deal with baby mama drama. If that's irony, I don't know. So it probably stands the reason why some men will. I think some men would rather have their own legacy, for example.
So what are you saying, Mr. Payne? You saying?
Well, I'm just following up with what brother said. I'm saying that that.
What would be your recommendation to your son?
My recommendation to my son would say I would say don't do it, and I tell him why.
So essentially the same reason why women are saying they don't want it.
Well, no, I would tell him what I just told you. I said you got to be willing to understand what that means in terms of the relationship with the biological father.
I know. Why'd you say? I mean, Mr. Payne, but follow me. Yes, because you said women don't want to deal with baby mama drama. So you're saying you would tell him the same reason why women said they don't want it.
No, I wouldn't call it baby daddy drama. I wouldn't say it that way.
Is it the same thing though?
No, it's not the same thing.
Okay.
No, I think no, it's absolutely not the same thing.
Explain to me when you said another man will have access to your woman.
No. I mean, okay, we're moving on the topic. Yeah, if she has his kid, if she has another part of the topic. If your woman has another man's kid, he has access to her, man, by virtue of her giving him the best gift she could ever give a man.
Yeah, what you think? But the survey that you cited, they're saying the same thing, right?
I said it the way I said it because I think it's just as shallow for women. They just don't want baby mama drama. I added more context to why men shouldn't do it. Women won't give you. Women will say, "I don't want baby mama drama." Period. And they would have to come up with their own thing. Well, I don't want to share his expenses with her. I don't want to do this. I want to do that. But if I would told my son, the expense part wouldn't be the problem. It would be that another man has access to your woman. Now, a woman might not worry about another woman having access to her husband because the dynamics are different, right? She might not be put that on the top of her list, but as a man, I would put it on the top of her list. That baby she has from that guy, he looks like that guy. And that guy could call up anytime, man. Whatever arrangement they have, and he could actually change your mood.
Okay. And then what's the reason why the women don't want it?
Because women are more. I think from a superficial standpoint, they probably top of their list. They probably wouldn't want to share resources with that other one. Because you got to take care.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, that's just an example. I mean, I haven't done really in depth, but I think they're different. I think their top list would be different than a man's list. I don't think women would be as concerned that their husband, that the other woman has some kind of access to their husband.
What did the survey say?
Huh?
What did the survey say?
Well, I just talked about the number, about the 65%. All the details I didn't memorize all. I mean, he had a whole bunch of stuff on his channel.
So this is speculation.
Well, he said the number, and he always has details. I just didn't memorize all those things.
Okay, no, I'm saying, but what you're saying is speculation.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I think in this particular thing, I think the concern is the same, especially because of how women see us in terms of our lower loins and the control or lack thereof.
Right.
So I think they would have that concern, maybe even more legitimately, like that woman can always have sex with my man because he had a baby with her.
Well, if I could retort though, she wouldn't be feeling it the same way as if he was banging out, your wife. If you married a woman with kids, you would feel a little bit more intense about him being able to bang out your wife than vice versa.
Do you think women control access to sex?
Yes.
So then, wouldn't the concern be more paramount on the other side?
Well, listen, women are.
My question, Mr. Payne. My question.
Say that. I was going to answer that.
Well, no, because I guess I'm just thinking about the logic, right? Because we're speculating about the survey. So, if women control access to sex,
right,
wouldn't the woman who dealing with a man who had a baby with another woman have more of a heavier concern if women control access?
Here's where I could be. Yeah, you would think so, but I don't think women, the way they project themselves with men cheating is more of a smokescreen. I think it's more of a projection because I believe women cheat as much or more than men do.
My bad, Black Dog.
And I don't think. Wait, let me also say this. I don't think they're as concerned about men about sharing men because they already do. Men don't necessarily share women like that. So we would be more concerned about the baby daddy having access, whether it's sexual or not, but it could be sexual. Because a lot of women who have kids, the baby daddy that they're not with becomes their maintenance man. He becomes their maintenance man. If they're not want to, just sleep around every so often when they got their itch, the safest person to go back to is their baby daddy. This is just all just speculation on, and I'm just saying.
I know, Mr. Payne. That's why I'm trying to.
But that's why I want to emphasize. That's what I want to emphasize.
But listen to what you just said, though.
Good.
The baby moms, as opposed to going somewhere else when she needs her itch scratch, goes back to her baby father. Right. So if women are thinking like that, then why wouldn't women have a major concern about her still having access?
Well, okay, let's put it this way: they would have concern. But I think at the top of their list would be him sharing his resources with the other woman as opposed to him having sex with her.
How do you think she would leverage getting those resources?
Well, I mean, if I'm a man, I got another woman, I got a baby on the outside, the courts legislate that. I gotta give resources whether I want to or not. If I got income, I got to
At
support
Miller
another family.
4559 donated $19.99 through Super Chat. Every child's birthday, graduation, etc., the man who busted down and dominated your wife is in your house drinking your 1942.
That's crazy.
That's the crazy part. Like, why? I don't know. Like, I guess that's the unappealing part. Like, oh, you could be there paying for the kid, taking them, paying for the whole birthday parties and doing everything, but yet the original dad or biological dad at any moment could just walk in there and just be like, "Hey, that's my kid too." Like, no, it's not. That's my kid now.
Good morning,
You know
everybody.
what I'm saying? That's like the mentality that I don't feel like that has been like adequately addressed. Like that little emotional complication.
What's up, everybody? I was gonna speak. I just want to say what's up to everybody.
What's happening?
What's up, Mike?
How you doing?
I just want to kind of add to that point that Black Dawn just made. It ain't that's his kids too. Those are his kids. Period. You get what I mean? Those are his kids. Period. The conversation got derailed. What was that, Tuesday? Because people think we're talking about stepdads in a negative light. But Payne, who lived this experience in the olden days, sorry, old head, I gotta get you, you know. But he telling you that, yeah, stepdads existed back then. There was just more of an honesty to the process. It was more of a reverence and an admiration. That's gone now. It's lost. And we keep looking at men as if we're the ones that made it this way. We're not. There is no glory or honor behind stepdaddyhood anymore, right? But Hamp has already designed this entire conversation around what it's supposed to be. That's supposed to be the exception. We're not even really supposed to be here mining out what to do and why an exception is appropriate. It's an exception all across the world. When it comes to exceptions and, like, let's say your daughter got pregnant young, this stuff is really on the hush hush. Nobody talks about it because you always are putting out the best ideal as what people should be striving toward. So you're never going to talk about the exception at the forefront of your society like it's what you're supposed to be doing. And Black Dawn, you had said something, or I think Hampton asked you a question. You said, I'm sorry, what is the right thing? People will tell you the right thing, even if they pretend not to know. All laws around relationships and how people deal with relationships and the people that have children with is always around biblical marriage. Can I prove that to you real quick? Ask them.
Sure.
I can prove that. Ask them where they get the rules by which they govern their relationship. They're always going to go back to the Bible or religion closely related to the Bible. If you ask a woman why, if it's not related to the Bible, why do you care if your man cheats? Just like Mr. Payne said, would you care? Would my wife care if I went to her best friend and be like, you know what, I'm gonna hit this on Tuesday and Thursday, and I'm gonna pay your bills? You think she's gonna be okay with that? No. Women adopt the rules of marriage and they pretend not to, right? That's a man-made construct. Everybody adopts the rules of marriage in one way or another. They just decide to ignore it when it doesn't suit them, right? When it comes to stepdaddies or it comes to child support, or they just ignore that stuff. But they all are using key characteristics, biblical characteristics within their relationship to hold the other person accountable. So I'll start there.
Shaw, anything before I get Miss Fantastic in?
Nah, Miss Fantastic go. I'll hop in once everybody get in.
Miss Fantastic, what's popping?
Yo, what up? What up?
What's good?
Everybody good, man. Hopefully everybody's good. Nah, man. Yeah. Shout out to Mr. Payne, for giving us, a snapshot of how it used to be, and I think that's the thing that's being lost. Women are clowning the stepdads too. Women are clowning the stepdads, man, and everybody, it's the black men and the niggas don't want this and the niggas don't want that. When are we gonna allow to be human, right? I understand there's duty. I understand as a man, you life ain't fair, but bro, y'all are basically telling niggas, bro, just suck it up and suffer, man. And that shit, that's not life. That's not living. That's not living, bro. as a man that lived fucking the first half of my life that way for the most part with that thing, fuck my happiness.
I was like, yeah,
Well,
you
you
threw
said
that
you
out
was
there
gonna
like
wait,
that.
brother. You said you was gonna wait.
Well, no,
that was Hamp talking.
Sorry, in terms of a clarifying question, who said what are you saying?
Everybody says it. The
We didn't
black
say-
man is told. The black man is told, nigga, we don't care if it's fair. We don't care if you happy. Suck it up, nigga, and do it. Suck it up and take care of them kids. It ain't yours. Suck it up and motherfucking do shit for the community, even though you're not appreciated. Suck it up, nigga, and just do what you're supposed to do and don't get no fucking reward out of it. That's what y'all telling the black men to do, bro. That's the expectation. We're having this conversation here because bitches were reckless, and now the niggas got to come in. Y'all are having a conversation where you're even expecting childless men to be second place in the gene pool.
You saying on Tuesday or today?
I'm talking in general.
I know,
not just this conversation. I'm talking about the overall. You're speaking to the stepdaddy concept, right? So I'm speaking to the overall thing, like what Mr. Payne said, how it used to be, what it is now, the transformation or degradation, however you want to look at it.
I said stepdad shouldn't exist.
What?
Stepdads.
Yeah. So well, we on the same page then.
Who are you saying y'all then? What are you talking to?
well, that's what I'm talking. I said it, Sean. If you listen, I spoke to the people that made the stepdad shit not be cool. I made it to the point of where we have y'all subconsciously don't even understand as to how and why we're programmed to operate in the fucking system. So I understand y'all are saying. Go ahead, bro.
Nah, you obviously saying what we don't understand. I'm saying, Ms. Ventet, you haven't quite developed what you saying that we did yet. So I understand.
Y'all hopped in. Y'all,
go ahead.
Y'all didn't let me finish.
My bad. Go ahead. My bad.
So what I'm saying is, and that's why I spoke to I laid the premise that I laid, being that we know publicly women are shaming the stepdads. Publicly, women are clowning the stepdads, right? Unless you fucking Russell Wilson, right? And then that's the only situation that she wants to where she wins ultimately. She wants her fucking second baby daddy or her husband that rescues her from the ain't shit nigga she got pregnant by to be successful, to be somebody that's not gonna cheat, to be super clean, to be everything against the nigga that she was actually, like you said, she was actually attracted to. And like Mr. Payne said, giving a man the most valuable thing you can never give him, and that's giving him a child. So women are giving niggas, right, the most valuable thing you can give a nigga in life, and then telling a new nigga to come around. And shout out to Jay Miller for the super chat. Now this nigga's a part of your life for the rest of your life, right? Whether you want him to be or not. And at any given point in time, even if he was an ain't shit nigga, he can decide to say, hey, man, you know, I done changed, I done turned over a new leaf. You know, I'm going to do the right thing and this, that, and the other. And then that creates all kind of turmoil. So all I'm saying, bro, is like I said, if y'all are I guess, finally on the thing as to where the stepdad thing should not be promoted, hey, we all on the fucking same page. Stop telling these niggas to be stepdaddies.
It's not the stepdad thing should be promoted. It should be the stepdad thing should not exist at all. Like there shouldn't be women out here having kids out of wedlock, or there shouldn't be women out here having that. That's where they're all.
Well, it should be, but now we got. But okay, so we agree. But now, if we move to the reality, now that's why I say we cooked, because over half of the women with kids got kids already, and then most of those women even got kids with two niggas.
Yeah, so I guess that's where I'm conflicted personally. It's like, okay, that's the reality of the situation, right? That's where we are, right, Mr. Fantastic? So
yeah,
then you have the person like Mr. Fantastic that would outright tell. Well, actually, let me not put words in your mouth. Do you think being in today, 2026, whatever, you think being a stepdad is a bad proposition?
Yes, it's a horrible proposition. Specifically, let me be clear, to men without kids. Specifically to younger men without children, yes.
Yeah, so then my question for Shad and Hamp is like, okay, so how do you counter this though, right? Because that's what they're saying. They're saying, okay, well, Mr. Fantastic saying it's a horrible proposition now.
Yeah.
Then Shad and Hamp would be like, nah, I mean, it's not really as goofy or as crazy as people like Mr. Fantastic are putting it out to be. So that's why I'm kind of like.
At Omar Smith 1224 donated $20 through Super Chat. What about women who were great wives and then divorce or death happened? Or are these rules y'all speak for the 304s? Lol, Islam has rules in place for these unforeseen events. Allah act.
Yep. Real quick. That's a great question, Omar, and that's actually where I was going with it. So he used the term rules. This whole stepdad thing, what it morphed into is lawlessness. It don't even go by the rules, right? And there's this gap that exists between the stepdaddy thing, right? And where do we go from here is what happened to the dad? Why do we, even in this conversation, keep excluding the biological father from the picture? Because I get what you're saying, Fantastic, when you say we cooked. I'm saying, no, we not. The biological dad, we know even with black men, most of these fathers are not in jail. Most of these fathers are involved and accessible. That is the first place we go to. The reason I agree with Hamp's total premise of stepdad should not exist is because the primary biological father should be, whether it's the government lobbying for his involvement or going to find wherever the hell he at, whether it's the baby mama saying the kid 9 years old, live with me in the first half, now he living with you the second half, that's the primary place we go to. That fixes this problem at least 3/4 of the way, right? And I don't care, and let me just make this clear because these super chats are coming in the chat, and the chat is about to start saying this. I don't give a fuck if he want the kids or not. Give them to him. That's the first line of defense.
Yeah, well, I don't think anybody. So just to your question, Black Dunn, I don't think anybody, Hamp can speak for itself, is promoting stepdads. This conversation, we're gonna get to the harder part of the conversation next, is men promoting men in general not being integral parts of the community outside of their own children. That's gonna be the harder conversation. This is an easy conversation for me because I'm saying if a man makes that decision, knowing all the risks, he shouldn't be disparaged. If he makes a decision, I'm not promoting it. I'm not telling him, hey, go be a stepdad. But on YouTube, if you make that decision, you're considered a loser. And I'm saying when we talk about the village in its entirety, there are going to be families where the biological parents aren't there. So what happens to those families? Are those people just supposed to stay single till they die? Is that what we're saying? Or we're saying that people who are willing to blend their families should be able to do that without and I'm going to say black people, because we're talking about black people, calling them a loser without having any insight on the foundation of the home, the rules of engagement, how that man has built a relationship with rapport with the other man, with the kids, whatever. These blanket statements on the relationship, to me, is more damaging than yielding positive results. But I also understand why men preach about the risk of being a stepdad. That's an honest conversation.
You're giving real quick. You're giving real insight into the dichotomy that exists. The only reason we are it seems like we're anti-stepdad is because back in Payne's time, there was a respect there. That respect is lost, and I think you're speaking to that right now. Now, if a dude is going to take full and total control over a family, that's now his. Not only is it his family, he got to do that in a method where he's not trying to exclude, or the baby mama is not trying to exclude the biological father. That's where the community has, like, how many times have we seen these clips where it's the baby mama and the woman's of the mother of the children and the stepdad on the stoop fighting with the biological father? That seems to be the image burned in everybody's memory of what happens modern day with the stepdad narrative. If it was this man going outside to shake his hand, in fact, this is what should be the narrative. If she want to argue with him, the stepdad could tell her to shut the hell up. That's the way it's supposed to be. Give that man his children at his turn, as the judge said. That's the image that I would have where I could respect the stepdad narrative, but that's not the narrative in general. Right?
I'd like to add something that Shad said as well about the disrespect that's around YouTube streets about stepdads. That's just one more thing that the guy who chooses to be a stepdad is going to have to let bounce off his chest or his back.
That's true.
That's just one more thing he's just going to have to live with. And matter of fact, he shouldn't be listening to some ignorant people on YouTube hear that anyway. Listen, people are going to stepdad no matter what we say in these social media streets. It's going to happen. So my only thing is, I would like the men who are single, who are actually going to go down that road, to understand what all those pitfalls might be and accept them, that might be their burden to bear until it doesn't feel like a burden anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. So, well, now you about to say something?
I'm about tired of men acting like bitch ass niggas, man. Niggas is so pussy. It is turning my stomach at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Why do we give a fuck what the women be talking about? I can't, Miss Fantastic. I'm be honest, I can't stand that shit, bro. I can't stand us walking around like we castrated. Yo, I can't stand us saying, yo, I can't control my biological imperative, so I'm putting myself in situations that destroy me. I seen a nigga get a check and then it had all his garnishments and he had $60 left. Like this is some sick shit, my heart. This is some sick shit, bro. We say family court ain't shit, but let me make sure I skeet, beat, and do all this other shit and then cry like a bitch. That shit is crazy. And I'm saying cry like a bitch because that's exactly what I mean. I'm saying like whimper, nigga. Like I left the dog outside at night by accident. I fell asleep. He out there whimpering.
He scratched that damn doorpost off, bro.
Man, he done scratched the siding off the. I almost killed this now when I went outside. One of the whole sides is off, Mike, just off. I'm like, you want to get it?
So would you say like men who use that as ammunition?
Well,
to
hold
sort
on,
of like
hold on, Black Don. Let him get his shit off, because I definitely got to reply.
I'm done.
Oh, I thought he was done.
Yeah, so again, no, bro, and that's what I'm saying, and I know that's the the man shit, the whatever.
Whoa. Why be facetious? I'm being dead serious.
I'm being dead serious. I'm being dead ass serious.
So what did I say was man shit though?
Because you're using the exception as the rule and the most reckless of niggas as the example. That's the one you gave, and that's the nigga that don't give a fuck. He ain't crying about shit. That nigga that got all them garnishments or whatever. And the bitches, again, Hamp, how did he get all them garnishments? He fucking different bitches. That's why what the bitches say matter. You can't say what the bitches say don't matter when the bitches are controlling the whole fucking system.
Who gives a fuck what they say? It's what they do. It's
in tandem, Hamp. It's in tandem. They doing what they saying.
Hold on. You know what they say and you know what they do, and you subject yourself to their power, to their influence, because they have leverage in these situations.
All right, now follow me. So yes, we agree. So if you motherfuckers submit yourself to being a fucking stepdaddy, what are you doing?
I'm not talking about a stepdaddy right now. But what are you doing?
Well, that's a part of it that gets there. So this is what I'm saying, right? So this whole thing we get to where we get is because we blame the niggas for fucking, but we say, as you say yourself, bitches be fucking too. Niggas ain't fucking themselves. Niggas ain't out here stealing pussy.
Are you asking me about women? See, that's the thing. Are you asking me about men or are you asking me about women?
I'm talking about both. You're only holding one side accountable.
No,
I know I say biological imperative, but my biological imperative don't matter if a bitch ain't let me fuck.
Yo, listen what I'm saying. No, it doesn't.
Well, answer the question first.
No, it doesn't. And vice versa, right? If you're saying both. Guess who don't get pregnant if you don't fuck her?
Exactly. I agree. We agree there. But
that's why again, both is ill. Like I hate both. It makes me feel like
no, it's not ill. This is a principle. This is a principle you refuse to personally accept. You don't agree with women controlling sex.
Fact.
So you're always gonna have a fundamental argument with that, and you're wrong. You're just downright wrong. In
Why?
American society,
why?
Because in American society, a woman says if, when, how, why, whatever. A woman controls every aspect of sex.
Fuck
if
you think I'm saying?
Any of it?
What you think I'm saying? You think I'm saying?
You saying women don't control it? Women control it. Niggas don't.
Because I get to say when, hair, what, how, when, and all that. What do you say?
No, you don't.
Are you saying men don't get to say when, where, how?
No. Nope.
How?
What the?
Because listen. How many times? Hold on. It's a simple. Hey, this is a simple real time fucking survey or social experiment we can do. How many times you been fucking a bitch and you just told her, hey, you know what? I don't want to do this anymore. I'm done. Stop.
Maybe
twice in my life.
Yeah. Twice in your fucking life, right?
I've done that shit way more than that.
But did she stop though? And if she did stop, would anybody say that she's a sexual predator if she didn't stop? If she bounced one more time?
Hold on, where you going? Hey, you confused
What
me
do you
now.
mean? What are you going? Bro, I don't see why y'all acting so overseas. That's what I'm saying. This is a
I'm saying you conflating sexual assault with
going everywhere.
Let's have a hard conversation.
You going
Exactly.
everywhere,
That's
bro.
what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. This is why women control it, because the law and society is set up to the point of where at any point in time a woman can motherfucking retract her fucking consent, nigga, even after the fact.
Can you? So here's now: is the law say women, or does the law say people can retract consent?
It's women.
It says people, but how many niggas you know that's done got a woman locked up for rape?
How many women?
Y'all say it's gonna be a difficult
How many
conversation.
women do I know?
It's horrible.
It's not horrible.
But
now because I'm
Wait, hold on.
because the logic is not matching up with what y'all saying.
No.
Now it's a horrible conversation.
You went to the extreme. You went to the minority, like we tell them not to do to make a point. Oh shit!
This is rationalizing male castration in real time. SMH.
It's crazy, yo. You went to the minority, extreme, violent, unlawful example to make the point. You were just simply saying
that. I still did it in the casual, Hamp. You just said it yourself. Ain't no nigga telling a woman to get off of her or stop us or even having to worry about it. A woman does not have to worry about it. Huh?
I didn't say that.
You didn't say what?
Whatever you said, I just said.
You did. You just said maybe once or twice.
That was
how many
shot.
times you told a woman to stop?
I said that. I said that.
Okay. Well, most dudes are like shot. If that, right? So what I'm telling you is there is no fucking fear on the man's on the woman's part.
Let me ask you a question. How many women? How many times has that happened to you?
What?
That a woman said, "I don't want to have sex no more."
Never.
Then what are you talking about? That's because it don't happen. Like when she want to have sex with you, she want to have sex with you. Now, when you saying you've been fucking for an hour, she like, all right, babe, I'm tired. That's not what we talking about.
No. That's not. Again, now y'all are shifting into something else. I'm talking about even the risk of it, bro. Even the risk of it. And again, we're talking about culture. We're talking about the law. We're talking about this whole thing. Women control sex because she can. Even though she didn't do it, if she did, what I got to do? There's the risk.
I have to obey.
That's the fucking risk. That's what I'm talking about. We talking about reality here.
You stop.
Exactly.
Okay, but it never happened to you. That shit never happened to me.
It never, but okay, and it also didn't happen to fucking Brian Banks. He never fucked the bitch, but he ended up doing years because fucking a bitch lied to say he raped her.
Yeah, you said
every day, Hamp, a man. Whenever men are acting in sex in this country, bro, you are at the weights and whims of women. Point blank. Period. I don't even know why we arguing this. I don't know why we arguing this. Bro.
I said women control access to sex. Right. That's what I'm conversing about. You saying women will leverage the law against you because they want to manipulate and be heinous.
That's a part. That's what I'm saying. That's a part of why they have the control. Because if anything does not go their way, they have it to leverage. Men don't.
Yeah, he's right though.
Here's the problem. No. Here's the problem. Right? See, here's the thing. Men also let shit happen to us too often. That's why we losing in divorce court. We don't be fighting for the kids because we don't even know that child support is separate from what's the other one? Visitation.
Family court. Family court.
Yeah. But it's child support. But in family court, you got custody, right? Because men are so afraid, right? We don't file the paperwork first, so now we're the defendant on our divorce paperwork when we didn't want to be there either, right? We don't protect ourselves. Like you were saying, women will come by. How many women grabbed your dick in the club before? Pause.
Plenty.
Why you ain't report it?
Who gonna believe me? What's the evidence?
That's bad. That's a bad answer.
Again, it's not bad.
None of y'all
this is what I'm saying. Hold on,
but that's the point he's making, Miss Fantastic, because we all think that, so it'll never change. We'll remain the
mindset.
Yo,
and this is the point that I'm making. So now, again,
wait. You had the flow. I was answering your questions, right? You said access to sex. Let me ask you a question. Let me just see where this logic lines up. I'm laying on the bed. She get on top. Who control access at that point?
The dude.
Oh, the woman.
Hey, Hamp, let me just say this real quick, Fantastic, because I've noticed this has been your long-standing position on this. And I think it's a pride-driven argument. That only applies to men who have the will, the skill to get sex. And that is the minutia. I got a lot of sex in my life. I can say, because I got a good mouthpiece, because I know how to be goofy cute, and I get a woman to drop their drawers, but I know that's not what happens for 90% of men. We're the men who could get ass. That's why we say that. Women still control it if you look at the way the other men have to behave to get it.
But Mike, you didn't even you stole my thunder, nigga. Didn't even let me get to that point. See, Hamp has this thing because Hamp has Hamp, right? So what Hamp is doing is he's putting him in the place of fucking 90% of niggas. We know that's not the case. Even if you move outside of the realm or so on and so forth, right? It's niggas out here paying money for months on months on months on months to even get a whiff of the pussy, bro. Women control access to sex. I don't even know how we get it. This even is an argument. Women control access to sex by and large. Okay.
Oh my God. I thought
and large, bro.
Now what happens to a nigga that like women who like him? What happens to a nigga shooting in his league? What happens? Mister, look at hold. Let me go.
Now we back to your original premise. Hold on, you gotta hold on.
Oh wait, no. Look at Mr. Payne. That nigga ain't no fucking who they like still. Tyson Beckford.
And he's 60 years old.
But he shot in his league and got what he wants.
Yes. And he shot in his league at a time.
Hold on. This is fantastic. I switch hands. I'm pointing at Trigger Mike now. Look at Trigger Mike, nigga.
Fuck out of here, nigga.
That nigga ain't no fucking what's another nigga they like? Mr. Fantastic. Give me one. Hurry up. Give me one.
Oh, Idris Elba.
Yeah, he ain't no Idris Elba looking nigga.
I was Idris Elba back in my day, goddamn.
Okay, no, you was Idris Elbow. That's the difference.
And he got some pussy too.
Check this out. You destroyed your own argument.
He got some pussy too.
You destroyed your own argument.
What's my argument?
No, you said what happened to the nigga shooting? Do the men do the shooting or the women do the shooting? The person who grants the access is the person that's getting shot. Like if a man is shooting at the woman, that means he has to.
And this is the problem. Mike, take this walk with me, my heart. This how y'all be telling on yourselves. Because if you was getting pussy, you understand. When I shoot, I take control of that situation. Right? Once she look in my eyes and she fall for what I'm saying, nigga, she ain't driving shit. That's the problem. Like this shit is weird to me. Like once you get in the once you get in the girl head, what happens?
Again, you
let me finish before you cut me off. Your J pay full up. You got all the ramen noodles you want. She cooking for you in the dorm. What the fuck are we talking about? She be a secretary because she want to be more than that, but you won't let her. Like what is happening to niggas?
Again, and you're doing it again.
What am I doing?
You putting yourself and you talking about your experience, which is again the minus percent, my nigga. You are in the fucking 10%. That's what I keep trying to tell you. Most of these niggas can't. Most niggas don't got it like that. Most of these niggas ain't fucked two bitches in a 24-hour period. A lot of these niggas go on droughts for fucking months, Hamp, and they can't get pussy that way. So, just real quick, Mr. Payne. Just real quick. You got it. Just real quick. Hamp, this is what I'm trying to tell you. The game has changed so much, Hamp, as to where the gym done shrunk. The nigga league done shrunk, nigga. The bitches done say, and this is why what the bitches say matter. The bitches say, if you don't got this, and this, nigga, I'm not even looking your way. Yeah, some niggas gonna get some pussy along the way, so on and so forth. Yes. But it's gonna be way harder for that nigga to get pussy. And there's a motherfucking pussy goddamn shift to one side more than the other. And we know this shit, nigga, because, well, you know what I'm saying? You married now, but we know this shit. You still see it because you outside. We know this shit, nigga, because we lived this shit in the height of it. Early 2000s, everybody, any nigga spitting in person, so on and so forth, blah, blah, blah. Bitches weren't talking about, I need a fucking, a Go-Yard bag or none of this shit. Chanel, none of this stupid ass shit, Hamp. Now, this has been set as the standard to where regular schmegular ugly bitches are trying to live the life of some shit they don't deserve. This is why what the hoes say matter, because hoes are actually motherfucking trying to move like what they say.
Yeah, can I just add one thing to this? Let me add this one thing to it. Even for you, even the select motherfuckers, right? Even when they go in, the women might be giving them the box freely. But at the point of insertion, there's a nonverbal yes. At any time, I don't give a shit who you are. If they say no, at any time, your ass is grass. Period. And that's the only thing you got to realize. They control access to the box. So even you get a lot of boxes doing your cooking and all that kind of stuff, at the point of sex, she's giving you a nonverbal yes every time. Because when she stops that, your ass is grass. And that's why they're coming after motherfuckers for 30 years. They're coming back for 30 years.
Look at the example.
So realistically speaking, so this is for the people, Mr. Fantastic side of the aisle. So if a girl comes to me and we cool, we kicking and whatever, we vibing whatever, and she's like, "Yo, I want some dick," and I say no. It's like the average girl gonna be like, "You gonna go to jail for 30 years?" Like, is that?
That's not the argument we making, though.
Well, I'm putting that out there because I don't think, like you said, like you use the law.
Hold on, Black Dawn.
24 donated $20 through Super Chat. Hamp right. Y'all can concede, but if Mr. Fantastic right, then the men that let women control things are weak. The majority.
Let me read it. The men that let women control things are weak. The majority of us are weak, is what you saying, Mr. Fantastic? Yes.
Yeah, I was just gonna say.
What are you saying? What? No, nigga. No. You're trying to say that every man that gets pussy is weak? That's stupid.
No, he's not saying that.
That is what he's saying in that super chat. That by essence, you're saying every man that gets pussy is weak. If you're saying women control, that's the case. Most niggas are not in the boat to motherfucking drive the motherfucker. Hamp. Again, this the problem. Niggas love cheering on some shit that they motherfucking living vicariously through motherfuckers. Y'all niggas can't hit me with none of that shit, bro. Listen, y'all already know what it is over here.
Fantastic. You literally talking based on situations you know nothing about, because that's not your life either.
But listen what I'm saying. It's not my life, but I know what the life of niggas that's done talked to me about the shit and seen it and seen niggas go through it.
So why would I say why you can't take what I'm saying?
Well, but bruh.
Nigga, we friends, nigga. We get money together. We put on legendary events, nigga. You actually give me a hug. What the fuck are you talking about?
Nigga, your experience is not the major experience, bruh.
I'm saying you don't even know them niggas. You know me, nigga.
Yeah, and I know you, nigga, and that's why I'm saying, nigga, you can't put you on other niggas.
Oh, I'm a nigga now.
Stop making other niggas you.
I'm a nigga now. Okay.
You fucking it up because you speaking. What you doing is you speaking from a place of how it should be versus how it could be or would be, right? And you can actually make it happen that way. We got, like you said, bro. I'm not saying niggas. A lot of niggas aren't as fortunate as other niggas, bro. And that's due to, again, in the black community specifically, because the bitches control the shit. The bitches gonna fuck the 10% of niggas. And now the other 90% gonna get pussy along the way, but they shit come with a whole lot of stipulations. Going back to the overall thing, or to the, I guess not the overall, but one of the big major points, those are the niggas that end up, Hamp, they don't even got an option but to be a stepdad. Hamp, do you understand that shit? Hamp, it's at least, y'all, and I think y'all niggas said this. Y'all niggas had the thing. Y'all had a show that said most niggas should be stepdaddies. Right? You have a show that had that topic? Or a question? Ask a question?
Yeah. It was with the ladies, yeah.
And what did they say?
I think they say yeah.
Checkmate, motherfucker.
That's not a check. No, that's the opposite. That's the opposite. That's not
what the bitches say, man.
Mr. Fantastic. That's the opposite. I don't even know why. I'm gonna tell you why. Take this walk with me. Of course they say that because they got kids, right? You never think about it. If we say women are largely delusional, why am I listening to what they saying in the first place? Of course, because people project their experience and want their circumstances to be the accepted circumstance. You see? Mm-hmm. But that's why you say.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
Now, what's the reality, Hamp?
This nigga won't let me finish a sentence, boy.
Right, he been going for a minute. We got to meet this nigga in a minute, man.
What's the reality? What?
What's the reality of the situation in the black community? The majority of women are single mothers already. So that is the reality.
Yeah.
That is why what the bitches say matter. If we were to take...
Mr. Fantastic, slow down. It doesn't matter what they say. They already have kids. So what else do you expect them to say? Is the point?
Hell, I understand that. We kind of, it's not an expectation. What I'm saying is that the reality of the matter is.
Hold on. Trigger Mike, come back, nigga. I want. Oh, this nigga. Go ahead.
Most niggas, Hamp, are going to fall in the motherfucking stepdaddy category whether they want to or not if they gonna be in a serious relationship for niggas. Is what I'm saying. So there is no other option. Even if we were to do single men and single women, Hamp, remember, it's gonna be an offset and not a match because most of the women, way more women got kids than the men do.
Yeah, I'm not refuting what exists. Yeah, I don't even know if we're talking about that right now. I'm just looking at the why behind men's mindset. It is a deficit mindset.
Yes, scarcity, deficit, because that's most niggas' reality, Hamp. Most niggas' reality when it comes to pussy is scarcity and fucking deficit. I can't get it when I want it. Okay. I got to get it when it comes around to me. I got to give it when a bitch allows me to have it.
Okay, and if you heard a nigga talking like that, right? How you do anything is how you do everything. What type of nigga is that presents in the earth?
So, real quick, I don't like the conversation because it isn't realistic. Because it's basically depending on it completely is void of the maturation of the man. And I said this shit 1,000 times. I was a nigga who didn't get pussy, who learned how to get the shit, right? Like we are.
Don't say that. Don't say that, Mike. Don't say that.
Like nigga, I watched exactly what the person I'm supposed to be that's choosing niggas. I watched exactly how these niggas move, how these niggas dress, and say, you know what? I'm gonna start doing that, and then you become a nigga that gets pussy. That's not every one. So I can't be speaking all the time like the nigga who couldn't miss. That's disingenuous. That's not genuine at all, right? I have to embody about the time where bitches was curving me left and right because my parents didn't want to pay for my haircut but once a month, right? So if you lived it on both sides, you have to say that's the life most niggas is living. If bitches is choosing one type of nigga, right? You have to acknowledge that as the same man when you won't getting chosen. It wasn't always like this, right? That's a realistic conversation.
Yeah, listen, I'm stating the obvious. If men are saying the things that Mr. Fantastic said in the middle of his diatribe, right? Those men would be characterized as lesser than.
I am right.
I think so.
Yeah, the dudes that went to, I asked you if the dudes that were being stepdads, like today's age, like 30s, whatever, they are lesser than the people who didn't.
No, I'm not. See, that's the thing. We conflating the conversations a bit, right? So when I initially opened up, stepfathers should not exist as a hyperbolic statement because of what Devin said that got dismissed, right? We were saying, hey, polygyny probably makes sense, and people getting with people that have kids probably makes sense for what Mr. Fantastic just conveyed is that most of the women have kids and then most of us are still single at 40 and at 40, 80% of 40-year-olds have kids, right? So to admonish that doesn't make sense for the community specifically if you're unwilling to go outside, okay? Devin said, hey, we continue to make room for things that shouldn't be normalized. And he was right about that, right? You shouldn't need stepfathers because fathers should be in the houses with their kids, with the mothers. See? Is that clear?
Yeah. Okay. So we need to
don't interject yet, right? Because you misunderstood the last time I said it more clearly than that. Was that clear, Black Dawn? Move your hat up. Let me see your eyes. Is that clear?
I get what you're saying.
Lee, yeah. Is that clear?
No, I get it. I understand, bro. So like,
damn, I hate IT. I hate IT. Okay,
I have
so
to ask
now,
this question because then like,
no, move.
Well, you shifted all over the place.
No, and that's the thing. That's the thing. There hasn't been a shift. Remember, I opened the show with that, and we start talking about how we feel about stepfathers and a man being as such. Now, the things that Mr. Fantastic were saying were outside of if the woman had kids or not. He's just saying how men move in the earth. How men see themselves. This poet named T-Rex said this. Women think I'm cute, but I'm ugly. We see through different mirrors because my features and my attitude could show a different man. And it's like the confidence in men is lower than ever. Substantiation point, black men committing suicide more than the men of the Caucasus Mountains.
Boys, yeah, boys, young boys.
Boys. There was Mr. Fantastic and I looked this up. Damn near 90% of men from 18 to 26 didn't speak to a woman in person in a year. It ain't nothing like real bullets. We understand, right, Mr. Fantastic? We talked about this. Online is a thing, you know? But face to face, bro, we're not building that muscle. And now we got to listen to Instagram women speak for all women. Like that's what I'm coming. That's how I'm attacking it. That's why when we talk about the women control access point, I'm like, hey, what happened if I'm laying down?
So the men who think like that with that like scarcity mindset, I just want to be very specific.
You kind of low, Black Dawn, or maybe it's just me.
Oh, yeah, my bad.
There you go.
Yeah, okay, you better. So the men that speak with that like scarcity mindset, I just want to be very specific. Those men who walk in the earth with that thinking, they're lesser than the other men that don't. Is that?
Yes, I would agree to that standpoint. I would.
Okay. So another thing, and this is just a correlation, so correct me if I'm wrong on that. So people who think like that, are they more likely to end up with like stepmothers or not?
So let me read the super chat, and because I think it goes right into it, right? So Salute Willie in the building with the $5 says stepfathers are men that women wouldn't date if they didn't have children. No man prefers to be a stepdad. It's just something they have to deal with. Do you guys agree with this sentiment?
Largely, I do. Yes.
I think there's a lot of truth to that.
Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah, for the majority, there are going to be exceptions, but yes, in majority of the case, yes.
Shot.
If I'm speculating, yes.
Okay. So, Black Dawn, was I accurate in saying this kind of aligns with your questioning?
Yeah. Okay.
A man with that lacks confidence is most likely to get his least desired results, including women, including his job, including his promotion, including his raise. How you do anything is how you do everything.
Ooh, can we?
Let's pivot. I got like, damn. I've been having fun. I got like.
I knew you had to leave. Now he got to go, man. He got to go. Let's go ahead.
I gotta catch the plane. But I'm gonna say, my shot. Miss Fantastic started it. It wasn't me.
No, so what I said about the hard conversation, right? Because now I'm thinking maybe this same sentiment is what has made us as black men start saying things like, as long as we take care of our kids, that's enough. Because especially like from a person like Miss Fantastic is a hooper. So Miss Fantastic grew up in a time where men that wasn't his father had an invested interest in his success. So it's real interesting seeing somebody like Miss Fantastic who came up through the hoop scene, the sports scene, to now be saying it's enough for us to just take care of our kids. When he know as millennial men, we grew up in a community where men outside of our fathers had a lot of impact and influence on who we are as men now. So I'm wondering why now we are okay with men, black men specifically, saying that it's not important for all of us to have an invested interest in the village.
I think Shad, I think he's more so speaking to what's missing and how that village mindset is developed in the first place. Sherelle said on Tuesday, she was talking about the same thing you were saying. We need the village. And I asked her a simple question. She didn't answer. I said, how is the village created? The village is a group of families. So first things first, if the family structure is broken, you can't have the village. And people don't necessarily look at that thing. What usually ends up happening is that people think a bunch of individual men and a bunch of individual women with children can come together and create a village. That's never how it happened. The only people that actually have a vested interest is the family. Like, right, the mother and the father have a vested interest in the children.
I understand you're right theoretically, but let's talk about what's actual, Trigger Mike. We are the generation of men that, according to the stats, 75% single women homes, right? So what I'm saying is, your theory is correct, but what's actual for us, we grew up in a village where a lot of the men that influenced us were not our fathers. And I'm saying, looking at the results, we turned out decent. We're not perfect, but we turned out decent. So what I'm saying is the work that those men did when we were children is still necessary while we still work to get families back in order and make sure our children don't make the same mistake. But why are we taking our self out of the picture when we benefited from men doing the things that are now being disparaged and spoken against.
Well, sure. I got an answer for you. From my perspective, back in the day, a lot of that stuff was voluntary. Where men just did what they. Today, people are trying to shame men into the position you're talking about, and there's still a lot of men out there doing their thing in the community. But back in the day, it was like nobody really had to compel men to do anything because you're right, it's the right thing to do. But today, it's like if you're not doing something, I mean, you're being shamed into doing something and it might just be all you have just to take care of your family these days.
Man,
Right?
that's
And
bullshit. That's bullshit, Mr. Payne.
it could be, but that's
Bullshit.
still. But you're compelling men to do it today, right? But in the past, they didn't get compelled, but you want to compel men to do it. If they're not, you're shaming them.
That's exactly what Ham was talking about, the bitch ass nigga shit. Now, this is where the bitch ass nigga shit to me rings louder. Because again, I'm saying we benefited from those men who didn't need to be compelled, who didn't care about people shaming them for wanting to do things for their own children and the boys who needed a guiding hand. I'm saying now that's not necessary. That's the bitch ass nigga shit. And I'm saying it seems to track amongst all these conversations we're having, where men. Let me finish. Where men who have the ability, right? Because again, it's one thing to not do it, but to speak out against it, it just doesn't track in my mind. Why is it necessary?
I agree with you. That part
why is black men? Are we talking about men who are in it? Why are we talking bad about men who are in the community? In any capacity, why are we doing it? What's going on?
Is everybody really talking bad about men volunteering their work? I mean, where's that at?
Wait, hold on. I can't reconcile.
I can't hear 5 people talking. I ain't gonna lie to you. I can't hear.
I'm having trouble reconciling with this, right? So we just had not less than 5 minutes ago came to an agreement that the type of men that do this typically are lesser than, right?
Who?
So then you want.
Black gun all over the place today.
Black gun, what are you on?
We've been doing it all day.
No, he's right. We agreed to the
He's
premise
not right.
with
Yes.
Willie Beeman's. Hold on, we agreed to the premise with Willie Beeman's super chat. Yes, we all agreed to the premise. We just literally just agreed to it.
Did we? No. Did we agree? Well, please don't call God because he can't hear you. You want me to tell him something for you?
Give me a megaphone.
I'll let him know. When I get in the car, I'll let him know. Now, here's the thing. Are we saying the majority of men are this? That's the clarifying point. Are the majority of men lesser than?
Yes. That's what I think. That's a black. Yes. So
okay, but
by nature, that's what we're saying.
It's fantastic, but we have to put that on the table, though. You see, we got to make sure that that's agreed upon. Now, I understand why Mr. Black Dawn is putting that into the conversation. We agree most men have that disposition.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Most men are operate within a
scarcity. No, we got you. Okay. We understand. We're on the same page. Go ahead, Black Dawn.
Yeah. So now that we got that out the way, that most men are lesser than, not just the women think that as well too, but the men on this panel also think that, and the men who just that super chatted that also think that as well too. What incentive would any guy, and on top of the things that Mr. Fantastic has said, reputationally wise too, can fuck you up? What incentive does in 2026 would a guy have to be a stepdad? And also another thing you have to mention with Mr. Fantastic.
How we got off stepdads? I literally started with transition. Why are we going back to stepdads?
Well, no, because it's like you guys are kind of double talking.
I'm not double talking. I thought we had our discussion about stepdads. Now we want to talk about the community portion. That was also part of the combo.
Part of the community because you need people to talk.
Yeah, so
that's why I asked. Hold on, Trigger Mike. Wait, that's why I asked Mr. Fantastic first on purpose because Mr. Fantastic played basketball. So Mr. Fantastic, the man who he is today, benefited from men who are not his father investing in him. So I'm trying to understand why someone like Mr. Fantastic, who benefited from men who weren't his father assisting, now saying it's not necessary for all of us as men to be engaged in the community and being fathers is just the bare minimum.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's that.
I didn't.
Go ahead,
yeah. So yeah, I didn't get a chance to answer yet. So
yeah,
first and foremost, again, for me, bro, there wasn't a whole lot of people outside of me helping me from a basketball standpoint. I hooped with the people who was with me, and I had like my basketball coach. I wasn't I was like pre-AAU, or like just like when the AAU thing was coming, right? And I wasn't going to ABDC camp, right? And even in that case, it wasn't. I think we had you had your local high school, whatever, basketball conditioning coach. And because, I don't know if y'all remember Sharon Wright. Sharon Wright was from Macon, but he ended up getting injured. So Sharon Wright ended up coming back home after so long, after he had his car accident, and he would throw a camp. Outside of that, bro, it wasn't a whole bunch of things, just me personally. But I know what you're saying, right? The archetype of the coach and the mentor and things, I think they started 100 Black Men, that society, Hamp, probably about around our teenage years.
Yeah.
I think they had just started that around our teenage years. So that had just 100 Black Men of Macon. I can remember that. But again, it didn't have a lot of outreach. It didn't have a lot of things. But this, at the end of the day, Shot, this is what I'm saying, right? We got to get back to the basics, brilliance in the basics, Shot. And until we get an appreciation for fathers, from our biological fathers, and establish that first, stop asking them to do any and everything the fuck else, bro. That's what y'all not getting. Hold on, let me answer. You told me let me answer the question. This is what I'm telling you. Men that even do their part aren't getting the credit and aren't getting what's, oh, nigga, that's just your job. On the other hand, though, a bitch can be a motherfucking baby mama of 5 with fucking 10 kids, and she's the best motherfucking thing in the world. I know life ain't fair. I guess it's bitch ass nigga shit to expect to be appreciated. I guess it's bitch ass nigga shit to you know what I mean, actually be valued. But what I'm saying is that's not bitch ass nigga shit. It's human shit. And being the fact of the matter that the fucking black community is upside down until we get back on a level playing field where the father, the actual biological father who's being a good to great father is fucking appreciated. Stop leaning on them to be fathers to everybody fucking else. When Mr. Payne told you this ain't that. We keep fucking it up and we keep trying to go back to our time. Even if it was a whole bunch of people back in our time, Shad, we wasn't cussing out and fighting fucking grown folks and shit. We not the kids. The kids of the day are not the kids of yesterday.
Hey, the same.
Even
kids.
that.
Thank you.
So it's not, bro. It's not even the same. So for bro, when grown folks came around, Shad, was we acting like grown folks wasn't fucking around? No.
Maybe you weren't, but there were kids that did.
Okay, but was it a majority? Again, so I agree. So Shad, was it at the same rate? Did we have fucking teen takeovers when we was fucking kids? Because I don't think Shad, as much as we had these teen takeovers, I know you know it wasn't, right? So Shad, as much as we had these teen takeovers,
we had niggas showing up, shooting out parties, all stuff. We had stuff like this, shooting up pool parties,
but messing up the public shit. So Shad, what I'm saying is this, right? You know, the bigger crowd, the dumber the crowd. I think that most of these kids here that are doing shit, it's just easy for them to fucking congregate and orchestrate dumb shit to do in mass, right? They got communication to do it and organize it, right? I don't think most of those kids are criminal. I just think they stupid ass kids, right? The problem though is, again, those kids with that they don't have parents that they're afraid of to even be able to do that. So being at the fucking the parenting level and the respect for adults and so on and so forth is so fucked up. Y'all are setting niggas up for failure, bro. Okay,
but you keep saying them is fantastic. If there aren't men who are doing the work, so this is what we agree. The men at that time, they realized that there are a lot of broken homes. So all these mentoring programs, 100 Black Men, were a response to that. And what I'm saying is the problem has not been solved. We all agree. Here's what's optimal. Men and women stay with their families, and we have communities that have families intact. That's the optimal situation. What I'm saying is that's not the reality. There's a burden that we as black men and women have to accept in our communities. Is if we ever want our community to be intact, it has to be all hands on deck until this optimal situation you created. What I'm saying is, for some reason, previous generations of black people understood this burden and they accepted it. I'm trying to understand what's so different about us to now, where the problem has gotten so large, the kids are so more worse when crime is continually going down. But supposedly these are the worst kids to ever exist, to where what's always been understood in our community is all hands on deck. It's now a thing that we're fighting against. I'm really trying to understand what has changed in your mind to say now we can change course.
Real quick, the change has been the numbers and the culture. Again, y'all, we just looked this up like last week. Okay, we went from 52% or 54% single mother rate in like 2000 or whatever to now we're at damn near right 69, 70+%. Anywhere from 69 to 73% shot. That is a major shift in the wrong direction. So despite the men doing what the men were doing, like you said, the men were stepping up, the men were mentoring, the men were doing all these things, The women got worse and worse, got more reckless and more reckless, had more kids by ain't shit niggas, and you over flooded the fucking system. You overloaded the system, bro. You laughing, bro, but again,
it just sound like so you made up, bro. You making it up.
Y'all speaking from this fucking magical place, and just it's unrealistic. You're not considering.
Okay, cool. Let's do this. Let's do this, and then we got the way. So, what's the difference between the guys that think like you and the men that's doing the work? What's the difference? What would you say the difference is? With all the realization you have, with all the stats, no. Let's speculate. This is speculation universe here. So let's speculate. What's the difference between Miss Fantastic with all the knowledge? Let's say all your stats are right. What's the difference between Miss Fantastic and the men that think like him versus the men that still see the same problem you saying existing and they're willing to go out there and try to do something about it? What's the difference? What would be a speculation?
That's their calling on life. That's their decision, and they do it. You know what I'm saying? And some of them stick through it and they last through it. Some of them get the fuck up and become Charleston White.
Yeah. Shaw, real quick, just to there's a gap again between what you're saying, because you did a good thing by bringing up millennials. There's a lot of research, and I keep seeing something on this every week, that the millennials are the last people to experience a large variety of things in the black community. All right. So you're saying, what's the difference? I asked Mr. Williams on Tuesday. He was saying the exact same thing you're saying. Why we as men don't step up and all that stuff. And I asked him a very direct question. I said, were the men that were stepping up, were these random dudes or were they fathers? And he said, they were fathers, bro. They were all fathers. These are not, it's never been a bunch of men or random men like you're saying. Martin Luther King was a family man, he was a father. Malcolm X was a family man, he was a father. Like, you get what I mean? So the community aspect that you're talking about is what's lost. Everything you're saying is correct, Shaw. We need people to take ownership of the kids. We need people to prop up the community. But we are flawed if we think that happens from individuals. It's families that have always done the work.
Okay, so
you got to promote the family aspect first. You always got to do that.
We are fucked, bro.
Yeah, we could.
Because it gotta be fathers, right? But then we had fathers saying their family is enough. So now it's like you got nobody, right? I just showed my buddy, my brother, Coach Mello. He been coaching for 10 years. This is the first year he actually got paid for it. Do you know how much work it is to coach them high school boys all year round? I showed Coach Clark. He got the kids in the neighborhood, galvanizing them to be and do better. These men don't got no money. They got their own families. They bring their kids to practice.
Yeah,
This is an embarrassing crop of men. We are an embarrassing crop of men. Honestly,
can I
bro.
give a quick retort?
Of course.
I think we took that whole only my family shit out of context.
No. I asked several times, Mike. I gave you. I put it in proper context.
I know what you're saying. But I think it's conflated in the community.
Well, Mike, just to clarify, I'm telling you what they said to me. I'm not like.
That's what I mean.
Okay.
I don't think those men meant that, because I think it's automatic. Hold on, Shaw. Hold on. Okay. It's automatic that a bunch. So how do I relate to other families in the area? Other black families. I relate to them through our children. Our children do the same sports on the same teams, and naturally we create a community and positive experiences for these black children. So what I think people are responding to is the fact that somebody's saying they got to go pay for somebody else's children directly. No, they paying for their children, but they're getting together to make these experiences together for black children. I promise you, because when I see black families doing it, they do it just fine or better than everybody else. Right? They plan the barbecues. We had a top golf event last night to give scholarships to young boys. They doing all of this shit, but it's the individual man representing his own individual family. I promise you it's still happening. But to say that we have to outwardly give all the time, so other black children and all that, I think that's where the message and the context is lost. Because that's not even actually how it actually happens.
This all I'm saying. I'm talking about the optics, Mike. Niggas be on YouTube panels almost like they get paid to be here. So I'm saying the optics say niggas got time. So I'm trying to understand again what is so different about our current environment. And like, we know times are hard for a lot of people, but I'm saying what's so different from our experience than men before us. I'm particularly centering on the millennial men because again, we grew up with men right after the crack era when things was rough for them too. Some kind of way they found a little time to work with the boys who needed a little bit of guidance. whether it was through sports, whether it was through some type of after school program. I didn't hear men in mass talking about how I'm gonna take care of my kids and that's it. The first time I started hearing men talking like that was on YouTube. So I'm really trying to understand what has changed so much about the black experience, the black community. Because I heard Miss Fantastic stats, but I'm saying we grew up where 75% of our homes didn't have a father in it.
Yeah, but that's just because the parenting style didn't.
Hey, I'm gonna start kicking people off if they don't say good morning. They not on camera. Who is that? I ain't hear you say it, so you didn't say it.
Not on camera.
And you're not on camera.
My camera is fucked. I don't know what the hell going on.
I'm gonna drop you down until you fix your camera.
Yeah, so let me say this, bro. Again, man, and again, if y'all feel this way, bro, hey, it is what it is. Y'all know me. I'm not backing up. I'm not backing down from shit. What the fuck I said, bro?
Yeah, for sure. But I ain't even saying about you. I'm saying in general.
So let me finish. So what y'all don't understand and y'all don't realize, I don't even know if y'all been in this fucking position. I don't know if Hamp ever been a stepdad, right? The dudes that have done it, right? The dudes that have been there. The men that have experienced the fucking pain of fucking being in a child's life, taking that up, and I'm talking just stepdad shit. I know, like the mental.
I know, yeah, we going back, we going back to stepdads again. I thought,
but listen, but y'all not Hamp. You brought your young men up here, correct?
Yes.
Did any of those young men at any time say they saw you like a father figure, or like a father figure, right? Yeah. Any of those dudes call you like a dad or second dad or any of those things?
Like father figure, yeah.
Yeah, and that's you are a pseudo parent to these boys once you take up that role in their life because you're the only thing to a dad that they have. As Trigger Mike said, the problem is these biological dads aren't there. Okay, the real dads are getting to sit on their ass and make more kids without ever being dads. That's the problem. These notorious. This is the problem, right? So I'm glad we're here now. So we talking shit to the dads that are doing their jobs as the dads. Totally gonna act like the niggas that's done none of these bitches that made all these little bastards don't even exist and not gonna go get their ass and make them do their motherfucking job. How about we do that?
You can't, Mr. Fantastic, you can't say that. You can't say that.
Why can't I say that?
You can't say that because you put the onus on the parent that's still there overwhelmingly. You never, and I'm saying never in hyperbole, blame the dad. You say the parent that is there, that didn't leave, that is raising those kids, is largely responsible for how the kid ends up. So if you don't put the onus on the notorious nutter, you can't do it now, and you can't ask us to do it.
No, if you and again, the shit travels downhill.
Okay.
Before you make a nigga that didn't make the kid do some shit for a fucking kid, go get the motherfucking daddy and make him fucking do it. But most importantly, we don't even get there. Hold on. We don't get there if the bitches don't let them niggas nut them in the first place. Hell, you gave the example. The nigga that's got the garnishment after garnishment after garnishment after garnishment. What is that, Hamp? If he got different garnishments, that mean what? Those are different kids by different bitches. Different child support cases. More likely than not, motherfucking by different bitches. So the bitch is the common denominator and the problem by letting ain't shit niggas nutting on pussy.
I got you, my heart. I'm saying you can't say it.
I can't say it
because you never. Hold on. Because you never. When we saying that the single mother, right? It's her fault. You ain't never blamed them before, so why start now?
Well, hold on. Yes, I did. That's why they call it notorious nutters. That's why they call it notorious nutter.
You saying? What are you saying about the notorious nutter? You saying that he just nutted?
He's an irresponsible nigga from the jump. But
I got you.
Damn, Hamp, I just realized this. Hold on. I gotta say this. It's very important. Hamp, now I see why we don't do it, right? Because that would be one daddy to fucking 4 kids anyway. So it still don't make a fucking difference because this nigga gets to go out here and nut in all different bitches. So even if we put him back in the picture, now that's just one nigga added versus 4.
What? It's his 4 kids.
So hold on. So now do you see how big of a problem the women are?
Wait, run that math for me again.
Women. So even if we get in a notorious nutter, right? This is a serial impregnator, a man that has fucking children by fucking 2 or more different females.
Okay.
Even if we were to go out there and corral this nigga by his collar and say, "Be a daddy, nigga. Be a daddy." He broke already, right? He one nigga. And more likely than not, he don't got no skills or no shit or whatever to really teach the kid anyway. So now we're adding in one man to split with 4 kids, and you still gonna need the fucking dads that did what they supposed to do and take care of their own to help this broke ass, dumb ass nigga out because this bitch let him fuck and get her pregnant.
I thought you talking about the kid.
Yeah. Do you?
Well, we talking about.
If you add the kid in, the kid has a dad, right? Because you saying because to Mike's point, right? That's the baseline that it should start at. The camaraderie happens when that dad has his kids and that dad has his kids, and now they start to build programs and do things together because now, even though he's paying, there's a residual benefit to him. The kids have a dad. I'm simply saying Mr. Fantastic can't start blaming the men because he never did in regards to the men being there or not being there.
Hey, I've been blamed the niggas. But hey, don't nobody listen. I'm just a hating ass nigga that's mad that bitches like ain't shit niggas more than good niggas. So that's why I just don't keep talking about it much. I ain't saying that ain't what you saying, but again, a bitch gonna do with her pussy what she gonna do with her pussy. So you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, we gotta suffer for it.
Yeah, I Miss Fantastic, sincerely, and I get why so serious and Devin in. We are a sad crop of men, bro. If we are saying that most of us are lesser than, think about that by proxy. Black men, we don't have a bunch of degrees. We don't have a bunch of certifications. We don't feel the need, want, or desire to support our communities outside of our own children, if that. And then it's 70% mother-led homes, so we can't even say we supporting our children directly in mass. That's some embarrassing shit. What do we own?
So, Shaw, real quick.
Hold on. I need to get Why So Serious and Devin in.
Go ahead.
What's up, Devin?
So good afternoon. How you guys doing? What's up, Hamp?
What's going on?
Yeah. Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no. I think the issue is like we always go all or nothing when we have these conversations. We understand I go back to my point where it's like the standard needs to be the standard, but that doesn't automatically negate that me saying that, or people saying that, people helping out in different areas isn't needed. Those are both needed. But the issue is when you make something that's not supposed to be the standard, the people who have to help and support and need that extra support becomes greater, because then it becomes the acceptable norm to then expecting everybody to support and help and asking for more support when all you had to do was the right thing in the first place. And I think that's where the conversation missed. And I think when people I think to Shad's point where people were saying, he didn't really see these talking points or things until he came to the internet. It was just mostly like men. This was the point where most men had the ability to freely voice their concerns and opinions without being shot down most of the time, or being able to say it get their stuff off without, even if they got shot down, they at least got it out there in the atmosphere. So it's like we can have just because we're talking about something doesn't mean that we're shooting somebody down.
Say something. Stop telling me about the problem with the conversation. Say something. Say what you think. What you think?
What I think is that we are having conversations about stuff that we.
What about this? Tell us about this one, Devin.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us about this conversation. Go ahead.
To hit this specifically, I'm on Fantastic side. Even if you fix that one guy, there's still three. And you got him in the home. There's still the 3 other broken homes. He's still divided. He's still divided in that situation. So it's like.
Let me ask you a question. Would you rather him be divided or not there at all?
Of course, divided.
All right then. What else? So tell me more about this conversation.
I mean, about this conversation specifically, I just think we are having conversations about something. We're just always negating that nobody said the other is false or wrong or is an issue. Like nobody's like, I think that's the issue.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. You didn't watch. You haven't seen the show. You just got here.
No, I saw you were playing the clip. What I was saying is like,
yeah, because what you said was true, right? We understand what our reality is, but what you said was true. You didn't have to give credence to the other side, because once you start normalizing, the things that are abnormal or should be outliers, they become the norm, and then by proxy acceptable, and people forget what's right.
Yeah, and I'm not taking. Yeah, I'm sitting 10 toes down on that. I think the issue is when we have these conversations and you give a fact like that, people then always want to kind of like say that you're demonizing people who help. When nobody says we're demonizing people who help or step up or want to do the right thing, the only thing that comes out in that conversation is people whose context is we're just saying that there's risk, and if you want to be risk averting, and then if you're doing it, you're accepting these risks.
How do you know?
Because you bring out the truth, it doesn't mean that you're bashing the other side or talking down
on
somebody.
But watch this. Watch this. It's not true. Now what?
What's not true?
The risk. So now what?
I mean, that would be. I don't think that's true.
You've been out there? Well, then let's do it. You've been out there with the kids?
Are you talking about kids, or are you talking about like single fathers?
We're talking about giving back, right? You're talking about helping, right? So I'm asking, have you been out there with the kids at the schools where you have to walk through the metal detector? Anacostia High School, Ballou High School, where they got a 20% graduation rate? Have you coached seasons and seasons of kids that come from Palmer Park and Glenard and all these in Suitland together? Right?
I would say not in that big of a situation.
So this is what I'm saying, Devin, and I'm just going fast because I have to. I'm saying no, there's not. You're saying yes, there is. I'm telling, show me your proof, because I'm giving you mine, and you can't do it. So why would we listen to you and not listening to me?
Well, because I still have situations where I've helped in being in those situations, just not those exact situations.
Did you die? Were you in danger? No, you weren't. On the west side of Baltimore, my sister was a principal. I had to take my movers up there to clean up her school. Right? We come, they say, oh, y'all with, her name's Chelsea, right? Yeah. Okay, y'all cars is good. Nobody gonna touch none of y'all shit. Have you ever volunteered, DJ'd at the Boys and Girls and Club of Baltimore on the west side? Not John Hopkins, the west side.
Boys and Girls Club, yes. That to that extent, no.
So now when I tell Mr. Fantastic and you and everybody else who acting like it's so dangerous, and I'm saying no, it's not, you substantiate how it is. This is crazy.
That was never my point about something being dangerous.
Huh? I thought you said it was okay. No, you said it was risky.
They still talking about stepdaddy, because I told this the hard conversation, the community part. The stepdaddy part easy. That's what they want to keep going back to the stepdaddy part.
No, I spoke on the community part too. Listen, man, fuck these little dangerous ass niggas, man. Fuck them. Fuck them. I live in Jacksonville, nigga. I live in Jacksonville. I don't know shit about Baltimore. I've been there a couple times or whatever. These little motherfuckers down here, bro, don't listen. And again, Hamp, I know again, extreme situations but you got to use them. They shot a motherfucking coach at the goddamn at the little league shit down here last year.
You think most black boys fit this profile you talking about, Ms. Fantastic?
No, not most. I was gonna ask that.
So I'm saying, why you immediately go to those kids? Why? Because there are a lot of black boys that need influence.
Because what I'm telling you, bro, is it's the culture of the whole thing. That's what y'all don't understand.
Stop saying we don't understand it. I'm out there, Mr. Fantastic. I work with kids now, so stop telling people they don't understand, bro. Right, cool, just say you don't want to do it.
So it's not that I don't want to do it, Shad. You listen. Everybody not built for this shit. That's another thing.
I agree with you.
So we not. So if you had a real conversation, bro, everybody not built to deal with kids.
Okay, I like that better.
Kids. Everybody that got kids that got kids ain't built to fucking deal with kids. So now we're telling you, people that whatever they fucking things in life, be it fucking plumbing, electricity, teaching, whatever the fuck, right? So now everybody gotta fucking have the temperament and the willingness to go out and take time out of their life to motherfucking do parents' jobs that parents should be fucking doing. That's the embarrassing part.
I don't see white people having this conversation. I don't see Asians having this conversation. I don't see Arabs having this conversation. I don't see Indians having this conversation.
There you go.
The embarrassing fucking part is that we can't take care of our own fucking kids because the parents don't give a fuck enough to why now everybody got to come and be a village and figure it out for motherfuckers that shouldn't have had kids in the first place.
It's always been a village, bro. It's always been everybody
has
it.
Broken.
The
same village. The village is broken.
Really,
that shit ain't gonna work, Mr. Fantastic. Asian fucking 1% of people. Meanwhile, they got brothels disguised as massage parlors, and those are somebody's daughter fucking running rampant. We just talked about white men fucking his dog. White men, this is their country, and they 8th on the scale when it come to money. Fuckers ain't doing nothing special. Shit don't work on us.
And they not having this conversation, so that makes it even
How
worse.
you know?
Make it worse.
The white men literally started niggas on the internet talking about the manosphere shit. What's that nigga name? Tom Likas, right? He doing this shit and we was in diapers. Or we was almost in high school. Right? Nah, that's not true. We just don't give a fuck about their channels and we don't listen to the shit. Come on, man. Asian men can't get their women to marry them. They too busy hunting down white boys. But now all of a sudden that ain't gonna work. Have you ever met a Cambodian? Have you ever met a Hmong? These motherfuckers try to have Bloods and Crips. Mm-hmm. Have you heard about Vietnam? It's a shithole. Now all of a sudden these niggas got everything figured out. That shit don't make no sense, bro. Nah.
Hey, man.
Nah. And then y'all never been out there though, Mr. Fantastic. You gotta give me that. Y'all never been out there. And I'm telling you.
Where?
What you mean by out there?
I don't know if you. I'm talking mostly Mr. Fantastic and Devin.
Nah, I just jumped in. What you?
No, I got you. I'm gonna give you the floor too, because you saying mentoring, coaching, training, teaching, investing. No. You did this shit like they do 1 week in a month, 2 weeks a year. What's that organization?
Big brother, big
some other shit.
I did it through the school system.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm talking about a real investment, real time, right? You probably have experience in it. I know you done something, but I'm saying y'all be like, it's so dangerous. These kids ain't. How you know?
Yeah,
let me get Why So Serious in real quick. My bad. I'm having fun today. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm a baseball coach, T-ball, softball, coach pitch, player pitch.
Your team good?
Yeah.
Go ahead. I don't want to mess up your point because I gotta go. I don't want to mess your point up.
We got good players. It's just the parents fucking suck.
They don't help.
If your son can't catch a ball, you gonna get on his ass, right?
Yes.
Shouldn't the coach be able to get on his ass?
Yes.
Can we get on their ass if the parents coddle their kids?
It makes it tough.
On the bleach while we in the dugout?
Make it real tough. Make it damn near impossible.
And so that goes back to the first point I was talking about with Shad. Yeah, we got a community, but it's more individualistic. I've seen parents get on their grandparents for disciplining their kids. Disciplining the grandkids, bro. You can't. Back then when we was growing up, bro, like you go down the street to the candy lady, she snitching on your ass. You do anything. Even the men that's in the street that was gang banging and selling dope, if you didn't belong on that block, by the time you got back home, your uncle, grandma, everybody fucking knew about it. They off in the beach ass. Like you was able to discipline kids a certain way. You can't do that now. Like
I find and I was saying that earlier. Like you remember the clip Why So Serious with Marshawn Lynch? Remember in the bleachers he was doing his camp in the white.
Yeah.
I'm like, move out the we had to have one thing how we kind of got against it. Now this was high school football, right? And I just had one of the coaches up here where we sending kids to college too, so it's serious kind of. And we sit down the parents say, you don't have no say so. Once that boy walk on this football field, once he in practice with us, your opinion, word does not matter.
And we got that rule. If you gonna say something to the kid, hey, go grab that equipment over here and come help us coach.
Oh no, what it would be, we would say take your kid with you. Like if you
make it come after.
See, I used to do like one-on-one training too, right? And I would do groups of 5. If a parent were to yell any instruction from the sideline, I say, hey, that's your last 1 strike rule. Right? You brought him to me. So now that he here, you could have coached him at home. Don't say shit while I'm out here. You paying for this? You shouldn't say shit while, you know what I mean? Because don't bring them to me and you want to coach him. Coach his ass in your backyard then.
Because they gonna start. It's like the problem. I think the problem is with the coaching, and we can talk about that. When the parent was a scholar, was a player, a parent was good in high school, good in college, played, and then the child, they gotta listen to us, but then they want to live up to their parent.
Like that, Friday Night Lights.
Terrible fucking too, bro.
Yeah, they be conflicted. Yeah. But that's involvement though. You know what I'm saying? That's involvement. Like, you know, so that's not what we talking about. Like the boys. What about the boys out there that's like hardball? If you weren't there, you remember the movie Hardball? Y'all remember?
Yeah.
Right? They don't have nobody. Miss Fantastic, we playing basketball. He trying to coach his team, but he kind of, you know, passive with them. But everything he's saying was accurate. Why wouldn't he feed that information to more kids? Do it in something you like. Football easy for me to do because I like this shit. You know what I'm saying? Do it in something that you got a passion for. Like I'm going down to Jacksonville in a couple weeks to get Mr. Fantastic's son because he need to be playing football, not basketball. You see what I'm saying? I didn't ask Mr. Fantastic, but I'm going. You know? So this him getting noticed. I'll be down there in a week.
That conversion never happened.
We gonna see. Put his hand in the dirt, baby.
Here's the question, though. I had one more question for him.
Oh, go ahead.
When you saying about the men being less than, I kind of jumped in on that.
Okay.
The only, I don't know whose side I'm on with you or Fantastic, but my question is the standard that women have for the bare minimum entry level to their body or access is trash.
Yeah.
Typically, the dude that the standard that women have set for niggas to fuck is a nigga that ain't worthy of a long-term relationship. So, why should me as a man that has intention, why should I have to rise to the occasion to be a man that ain't even committing to you, but you telling me you want this type of nigga? The women are saying they want this type of dude, but them dudes are running through them. So why should I have to rise to the occasion? I'll be less than. Then I'll find a woman that's gonna be with me. I ain't gotta worry about dealing with a bitch that's alpha widow, comparing me to the last nigga. He drive this, he drive. The nigga do all that shit, baby. I buy him some pussy. I give him some cooch. Like I ain't trying. Why should a man have to rise to your occasion when y'all selves are not?
That's what I was saying though. I said men shooting in their arena, they straight. The panel agreed on most men being lesser than. You know what I'm saying, and that's the point. But that's the point also. But it's okay. But that would be the.
I'm just saying, fuck it. I'm not even finna try.
I know, but it'll show itself as lesser than if you just saying fuck it, right? Your results are gonna match fuck it, and fuck it isn't a good. You know. And it's the thing. Vagina is a commodity. There's no way we're saying that women are the most promiscuous and then talking about they control access to some shit. It sound like if you got money, nigga, you can get pussy.
That's true.
Like it just, I don't know, this shit all over the place. Go ahead, Shaw, real quick.
I'll wrap mine up at the end. I'll say my final thought.
You know what? Let's do it, yo, because I've been having fun. I feel better than I did when I first started. I ain't gonna lie, and I'm saying for you.
Yeah, I'm gonna get joking.
Oh, why so serious? I apologize. You always say good morning when you come up, so that was me. It was mostly the camera, so I apologize.
Yeah, I give him my final thought.
My mic too.
Well, I'm gonna start off.
Hold on, let Mike go because he don't care what we got to say anyway. So at least if we let him go, he could maybe listen to what else we got to say. You see what I'm saying? Go ahead, Mike.
The kid was knocking on my door. I told him I'd take him to the jump park because I'm a good black father. All right, Shaw.
Y'all say we don't celebrate it. It's real, for real.
Hey, Shaw, the jump park free on Fridays before 5. So
it dead ass is not. Shut up. All right, look. Now the cousins are here. I gotta pay extra. We got a membership though. Get that membership. Look, for real. Like every time Shaw speaks, I think about what he says, and I just want you to peek this perspective. In my experience, people don't change until they have no choice or no other option. One of the things I noticed, and this is actually not about black people, this is about people in general, cultures in general, right? You actually have to hit rock bottom. And I see right now that the black community in specific
This is their rock bottom, right? When you look at family creation, low, STD rate high, homelessness rate high, literacy rate worse than the United States of America. This is rock bottom, right? And the evidence of that is that when you look at what they said, Gen Z is right behind millennials. They are rejecting everything that their mothers, fathers, grandmothers, and grandfathers did. Just for instance, 50%, I think they said, of Gen Z girls want to be trad wives. That is them rejecting everything that their moms taught them or their grandmamas taught them, right? So I look at that like, why do we think that we can just change? We got savior complexes, right? People have to suffer. And I think what we're seeing right now is the suffering that's happening. These kids that are getting left behind, underserved, they're not getting taught in school, they're skipping school. This is the suffering part. And I think this is the beginning of the change that's going to happen. So I know you're like a hope agent. You're always looking for the next thing, but we also have to be really realistic about it. Like, people got to suffer, and you have to have this moment cemented in history before you can do better, because it's going to be the kids. I'm sorry. I don't know how the people who are currently messing up are going to transition, but the kids, we're going to have to teach them how to better service society so they don't make the same mistake that we did. And I'm up.
Let me go at the mic. First of all, Mike, I can understand why you think that. What I want you to understand is I'm a person who actually studies history, particularly Black history. This is a part of my upbringing. So I reject your premise that we're at rock bottom. But here's what I will say. I'm open to having a discussion where we really look at those metrics you're talking about. Unfortunately, for this space, people look at statistics in a vacuum. They don't understand trends. Not that they don't understand. When you talk about history, when you talk about what's happening, looking at trends is a better way to have that conversation. So I'm looking forward to a day when we can really assess your premise that we're rock bottom. Also, man, just there's no precedent for what we're talking about here as Black men. There's never been a time in America specifically where we haven't had to have all hands on deck. Even when our community was intact, it still was a village perspective. It was everybody's kids. So what I'm saying to y'all is there's no precedent for Black people in America where now we can take our hands off the community and say, as long as you're taking care of your 1 or 2 kids in your house, we good. Nah. The work still needs to be done. The struggle is not over. It's a marathon. We're still not where we should be in America for many different reasons. A lot of them internal, a lot of them are the external, eternal battles that Black people will continue to face as long as we in this country. So we still need Black men who, despite and who is aware of all the burdens that we have to still find it in themselves to say, I know the problem, but I want to be a part of the solution. Or Black men are now being reduced to Paul Revere, and all we do is grab our mics and talk about everything that's going on, then we go home and live our great lives. If that's what y'all saying we're reducing Black men to, then I don't want to be a part of that group of Black men. I want to be a part of the men that can acknowledge what the problems are. We can discuss how tough they are. Then we can tie our bootstraps up and say, how can, even if it's minute, minimal, how can I do something to deal with what's going on in the community? And I believe, here's where my hope comes, Mike. I still believe everybody right here now is capable of that. We intelligent, we resilient, because that's part of our DNA. We can figure out how to deal with the problem that we are currently facing as Black people, because all the niggas before us did. That's the reason why we here in our air-conditioned homes with these microphones, because somebody before us said, hey, the people that come after me are worth it. So I'm going to put some pain in to figure out how to help them along. And I hope, Mike, that we have that same mindset for the children, your children, and somebody else's children that's coming after us. And I'll land there.
Yeah, guess I'll go next. So kind of have like
let me go. I'm sorry, I was on mute. Let me go so I can get out of here.
God damn.
I'm sorry, brother. Go ahead, man.
No.
You can defer to the elder. I know.
Elders first. Elders first.
Yeah. Listen, Sean. You said something. Are you willing to accept where your investigation leads in terms of what's wrong with the Black community and why these things are the way they are? Because I think, and maybe this is wrong because I'm not here often, but I know a lot of fellas have the aversion to, if the point doesn't land on the man, then that's not the right answer, right? If the man, somehow we have to be the ones who are at fault. I understand that the new adults today are the first generation of men who are raised by women who hate men. That has implications. That, and we've been going down this matriarchal line for 4 generations. That shit has implications. So the men just didn't come up and determine that they wanted to be less than. But then, the conditioning is very strong, and we need to pull us out of that. I agree. I agree with that. The one thing we can't do is shame fathers who are taking care of their kids because they're telling them they ain't doing enough. That shit don't make no sense to me. Now, we all could do more, but part of the thing that we have to fight is that they say men ain't taking care of their kids, and that's a lie. So when you find a man who's taking care of his family, he can't be vilified. He could do more, but that's up to him. So I'm just saying, so the answer to this problem that we have, one, is we got to, I don't understand a lot of this matriarchy, patriarchy shit. The point, I do understand it, but the fact that we let women lead is a big fucking mistake in the Black community, right? It's killed us. And we got a whole bunch of men who defer when they're not supposed to. That's how I look at it. So anyway, I mean, I don't know we need to do more. I will agree with you on that. But people have to be willing to do it and not compelled. Because if it ain't coming from the heart, it ain't sincere. So let me just land it there.
Yeah. Ms. Fitzgerald, do you want to go? Because you kind of.
Sure. So wise words from a wise man. Thank you, Black Don, for letting the elder, put that. But again, man, real shit. All jokes aside, I keep telling y'all, man, and I know, I'm cool with being the bad guy, just like you guys think you have your calling. I know I have mine. There's no way you can tell a black father that he's not doing enough when he's doing his job to perfection. Okay. If he's doing the greatest job he possibly can for his family and his kids, and he's raising a next generation of assets to society, bro, for you to tell that man do more or you not doing shit, bro, that is downright diabolical. But at the same time, that is what the black man has been reduced to. That is what the black man that's doing his job has now got to do everybody else's job, and that's what fucking enables the horrible behavior. If you know there's always going to be some other great dad that takes care of his kids that's going to take care of yours, why you got a pseudo daddy. You got a pseudo great dad while you fuck all the bad ones and make kids have kids by them, right? So enabling is a major issue and problem we have in the black community. And until we get back to a baseline of understanding and respect for black fathers that do what they do for their own children, don't you motherfucking tell me I got to do a goddamn thing. Do it your goddamn self. And you not go bully me into shit. I do it on my time if and when I want to. Okay? And you're not gonna make me feel bad for it. And shout out to all of the other fathers or single black men without kids that think just like me. The shit not gonna change if we don't force the issue. Stop being motherfucking weak men and letting motherfucking irresponsible niggas force you into doing some shit you had nothing to do with. Clean up they motherfucking mess. I'm done.
Yeah, I guess I'll go next with that. Like I said, I kind of have like a love-hate relationship with Shad because I be hearing when he be talking sometimes, I be like, yeah, he right. We should be doing that shit. That's 100% correct. And then other times it just feel like, that they could just drop the ball. Shit, now I gotta say something. But like, I don't think so. I think he has it like reverse. I don't think the stepfather conversation is easier than the mentor conversation. I think the mentorship and what you're doing in your community conversation is actually easier than the other one because one requires a whole hell of a lot more sacrifice than the other one, right? So I agree with Shad a hell like 100%. I think you should be more active in your community. I think you should mentor and find people, people who are younger than you that are coming up and sort of guide them to be like more successful. So therefore that success perpetuates in your community and that's how communities grow, right? That makes sense. The only thing I disagree on, which I guess is not really much more of a Shad thing, it's more for Hamp, is like if you are a guy that's not capable of, or not capable, or just didn't really have the luck finding a woman without kids in this day and age, in your age range, less than 30, whatever, I don't think you're a lesser than man. I don't agree with that whatsoever. I think you actually are doing a massive service
not only to like her family, but to everybody else in the community as well too, to actually stepping up and actually taking care of those kids. I think that's actually a noble and actual valiant thing to do. And I don't think that stigma should be attached to you whatsoever. I think do what you got to do and just be that man. I think that's perfectly fine.
Did why so serious go?
Man, everybody pretty much, cause I know you hated Hamp, how you can toe the line. I know you hate that, so I just didn't want to say nothing. But the only thing I will say is, man, with the way Shaw's speaking, somebody gonna have to be a martyr. Somebody gonna have to be willing to take the brash consequences of, nigga, if you talk to my child a certain way, I'm gonna blow your ass off. If you talking about coaching the kids and being a mentor, because sometimes your mentor gonna go against how I bring
$24 donated $50 through Super Chat. Devin, how you catch a W and a L all in the same day, and Shad is correct if the situation is right a step.
Devin, how you catch a W and an L all in the same day? And Shad is correct and the situation is right. A stepfather could find his heaven on here. It's not 100% L to being a stepfather if they are built for it. Great show. Go ahead, why so serious? Finish your point.
See, somebody said something in the chat, and I'm a stepfather. The woman I married, she had a child before me, but I'm not in a dick swinging competition with the baby dad. Nor do I give a fuck, because I've been in his life since he was 2. So he's a real embodiment of me. The way he talked, the way he carried himself, the way he liked to dress, play games, like all that. He wanted to podcast and do all that. He 10. So it's different. That's a specific situation that worked for me. I wouldn't tell most men to do that. But I think that we just gotta, if you're gonna be in the community and try to build a community, you gotta be a martyr. The same way the Black Panthers was a martyr when the police got called. They took the risk of pulling up with guns too, knowing they might get shot. You gonna do your job, but if it get out of hand, we gonna do ours too. The same way Martin Luther King took stones and got beat, he became a martyr. Somebody gonna have to be a martyr, and you're gonna have to be a martyr against the people that look just like you, that you in the community with. And some people don't want to deal with it.
Yeah.
So that's the only thing I can say about that. But all the other stuff, I wouldn't advise men without kids to get with a woman with kids. If you got kids, bro, like, come on, man. No, but I do believe that we do need to hold the fathers accountable some way, somehow. Because child support ain't it.
Yeah. Devin? Can't hear you, bro.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I was muted. You hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Yep. Yeah. Just that super chat first. I don't think I took it. I think Hamp was just feeling himself and, letting you ride on that one. But just to address my final thoughts is, I think the standard should be the standard, and I think that's the conversation. Nobody's negating the other side of help should be provided within our communities, but we are stressing the help that we can provide within our communities when we try to avoid what that standard is. And I think also the truth is the truth when we're having these conversations when it comes to what the standard is. And just because maybe somebody is getting a brunt of the conversation when it comes to responsibility and authority in these conversations, it is what it is. And I appreciate Shad, because I think Shad just wants to bring a lot of times the opposite viewpoint to balance the conversation. And I think that's needed just to keep everything grounded and not going too far to a certain direction. But again, I think women are great. Women are strong. They can do a lot of things. But when it comes to being the head of the household and within communities and society, I think it's a strategic point to do so, because when you do that, then there's something fundamentally wrong with your house and your structure. And I use the same analogy all the time when it comes to it's a spare tire on the car. We're running on a spare tire. It's not the way it works in certain instances. Whatever, it's a way to survive for a little while, but you can't maintain running on that spare tire. The standard is the standard, like I said before.
Yeah, man. Salute to the brothers, man. I definitely appreciate you guys' opinions. I just want to make sure, we are as consistent as we get as possible. I think Shad and Miss Fantastic, just to use 2 examples, and I think most of the brothers do this, most of them. I don't think he's trying to be balanced. I think he's saying exactly what he believes. I think Mr. Fantastic is saying exactly what he believes. And it just so happens to bring balance, right? And discourse, and mostly civil, which is appreciated. Men taking care of their families, like Devin was saying, should be the standard, right? I appreciate black fathers. I also expect that of them. Point blank, period. The consensus of men being lesser than is an unfortunate thing that I hate to come to grasp with, which is why I'm saying the things I say, because I don't think I'm special. And if I had that experience, why can't he? Maybe that's delusional of me, you know, but it really scuffs my Timbs. What we say, women control this, women control that. We listening to women. The women ask for this, so we deliver. Isn't that how we got in the upside down initially? I seen it happen to Samson, and I seen it happen to Solomon. Why are we perpetuating the same circumstance? Just make no sense. So I appreciate y'all with this conversation. And listen, for the community service stuff, I get it, bro. You got shit to do, you heard? But just try it. Like, join 100 Black Men of America. Just see, you know? And that's like weekends. You know, you do weekends. I used to do like a 4-day-a-week thing because I was kind of close to the schools. I lived on that side. But, yo, you could do like weekends. And those kids on the weekends are being dropped off by their dads, by their mom, you know? So it's a different dynamic. It's kind of more similar to what Mike was saying, you know? But I ain't saying you got to kill yourself or put yourself in this alleged harm's way. But goddamn, man, you got a lot to give it. Right? That IT shit is so important, but kids don't quite understand it. Right? You know, basketball is trash, but Mr. Fantastic, you 6'5", they'll listen to you. Fuck, I look like me. Imagine.
He point guard though, so I don't know.
I know he think you're a point guard, but you know.
Crazy, bro. 6'5" point guard.
Like, think about it. I go to basketball camp. It's me. Hey, guys, shut your short ass up. You know what I mean? So do the work.
Point center, nigga.
Oh my God. Hey, great combo, fellas. I'm gonna clip this one up. This one got a bunch of gems. Hey, Mr. Payne, good to see you, man. I ain't seen you in a minute. Black Dawn, Mr. Fantastic, Shad, Devin. Why so serious? Trigger Mike, man. Y'all keep doing y'all thing, man. You know, I'm proud of y'all. Hop in the Discord. Let's have some fun. Y'all have a drink. Mr. Payne, make sure you have your drink, but also take your blood pressure medicine. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Be safe and do the right thing. Whoa.
Hey, Hamp, before you leave, man, I'm trying to. When the next time you throwing a boxing event, I want to be the nigga face in.
Is that right? Yeah. Message me on Instagram and we'll get you set up. What are you? How tall are you and your height? Your weight, real quick.
I'm 5'6". I weigh 160. I'm small. I don't give a fuck how big they is.
No, yeah, you would. Yeah, you gotta give a fuck. Yeah. I ain't gonna lie. I was boxing. We were doing some sparring yesterday. So serious. It was a guy about your size, maybe a little taller, and he wanted to go hard. Pause. And I don't know if I felt not one of his punches. I ain't gonna lie to you. So wait, nigga, what you say? I know, but then what happens is my defense ain't shit because I don't care about getting hit. So now I'm just walking through his shit and throwing bombs to his liver. You know what I'm saying? So it's a bad thing all the way around. But I can set you up for sure. All right, man. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Be safe and do the right thing, man. Like, share, subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend. And we out.